We are live. Hey guys, how y'all doing? We are live. It's your girl Lisa Danae, and you are in Stunner Radio. It's Stunner in the City, and we are here at the House of Couture Houston. We are celebrating the birthday of the owner, Miss Betty Branch, and I'm gonna tell you guys, you got to come out. Look at all the beautiful fashions. You need to come out here, 4444 Cypress Creek Parkway. I hope I got that right. I'm gonna ask Miss Alice. She's in the building. She's gonna get us together if we're not right. Okay. So anyway, it is the celebration for the owner of this wonderful establishment. It is her birthday, and you know she's a Chi-Town girl. So we gotta represent our Chi-Town people here in Houston. So before we get started any more, I want to just acknowledge our Sterner people that are here. Latriva Deneen is in the building.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's going on? Happy Saturday. Oh my word, y'all. It is the end of Pisces season, so you know we got to go out with a bang. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. So this is our birthday lady, our proprietor of this beautiful boutique, House of Couture Houston. Miss Betty, how are you?
Well, thank you. Thank you all so much for being guests here at the House of Couture Houston today.
So excited. How are you doing today? Your birthday?
Was it another day? It's actually not until next week, but you know, we always like to try to celebrate here at the store on a Saturday when people are off. You know, so I'm snatched this little young lady that's trying to run. This is my daughter, Brielle.
Hi. Hi, nice to meet you.
Yes, she's a little shy.
It's okay.
Brielle, you're on Stunner Radio.
Brielle, I don't believe you shy.
The camera's here. Old people, right.
Her people, she
Like, no doubt. Well, thank you for inviting us. Thank you for having us here for your pre-birthday celebration. We'll be pulling you in occasionally, just kind of give us a little more information.
All
So
right.
thank you.
All right, sure. Aries. I know
I
that, but no, Miss Betty is Aries. So don't try to claim her for y'all little sign. Don't try to claim her. She's Aries. Y'all know Aries. We about our business. If you didn't know, now Pisces ain't not wrong with them. They got it going on. They the forerunners. You know, it's always a forerunner before the greatness. I'm just saying. So anyway, we have one of the customers here of the House of Couture Houston. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself. Now, listen, she got some hot tea to talk about, okay? So I need y'all to stick and stay. Understand, we're talking about all type of topics today. We're at the House of Couture Houston. Come on now, hang out with us and help celebrate Miss Betty's birthday. Introduce yourself to our listeners and let them know who you are and what you do.
Hello, everybody. I'm a little shy too. Don't say nothing, Betty. I'm a little shy. My my name is Anita. They call me Anita Refill. I use. Yes, so I'm actually new to the Houston area. I was a native Austinite. I came to Houston because I drive 18 wheelers.
Okay.
I drive tankers. So I've been doing that for the last 3 years and loving everything here. Just doing something different. I'm a mother of 6. Just a career change. I used to do a little stand-up comedy and I was they used to call me the Black Dr. Ruth because I used to do a little sexual health, a few little tips, and that's about it. I'm just on the road taking care of the kids. Got 2 daughters in college, so I'm always broke and started over again and got one that's in kindergarten now.
Wow. That's a nice spread.
Yes. He's actually 5 months younger than my first grandson. So that's fun.
Younger than his
Yes. But they're in the same grade, but he's younger than him. Yeah.
That means Miss Anita be getting it in.
Yes,
Ain't no limit
absolutely.
to her getting it in. Let's taste some of that craving.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's what I want right there. What you got?
Yes. I no, I have to do non-alcoholic.
Oh,
Gotta.
she's driving.
Yes, I love Coca-Cola. Yes, actually on the road, but I love. Oh, oh my goodness! Last time Miss Betty made my own drink. I I wasn't driving, so and I was feeling
We need to
lovely.
have Uber and Lyft just on
Yes,
just available for Latrice.
yes.
Just in case.
And I actually don't even.
Yeah, you go eat.
I'm like actually not even like into like clothes, like that's like but my boyfriend actually brought me here last year for my birthday. He brought me on a shopping spree and I absolutely love it. I got things that I never thought I would have gotten and cuz I'm real fine off in this area after having 6 kids, and Betty was awesome. I mean, she just picked out some stuff and I was like, I really don't do well with, clothes like that. And I'm not shaped like most women. I'm not that size. I'm just, and I get compliments all the time. Matter of fact, I'm rocking some House of Couture jeans right now. My little yes, yes. Yes, or something that
Yes, I love
yes,
that.
yes. So yes, I love camo, and she just picked out some wonderful things, and I really don't do jewelry and things like that. And actually I didn't even have this on when I came in. I just purchased this, and I'm rocking it, and I'm leaving out with this on because
That's what's up. That's what you have in store for you when you come to the House of Couture Houston. One thing I like about Miss Betty is that she doesn't make you feel bad for being big.
no.
You can go to other plus size stores and they still don't see your kind of big. So when you come in, they make you feel like, oh, well, that won't fit you, or whatever. Miss Betty doesn't do that. They don't know what
Yes.
to suggest because we got a badonkadonk.
I was see, and I was gonna say I'm cursed with the opposite. I got booty do. My stomach stick out further than my booty do.
Okay.
So they even cater to me. The little booties matter,
Little booties
So,
do
yes,
matter.
they do matter. And I was even modeling my outfits because my friends were like, "Where did you get a booty?" And I'm like, "Thanks to Houston House of Couture."
Okay.
It's all about choosing the right
Choose
outfit.
the right
So
outfit. And that's really big because a lot of times people don't understand how to dress the body that they have. You
yes.
can't wear what everybody else wear. You got to dress your body. Yeah, I love that. So that's what's up. So coming out to the House of Couture Houston, you got plenty of time. We're gonna be out here celebrating Miss Betty's birthday. Pick up some items, and like she said, little booties matter. So if you're trying to you're trying to still show what you got, and you ain't got no booty, that's all right. Come on out here, Miss Betty gonna get you together.
Yes, she gonna look at you and she gonna get you straight. I'm telling you, we were ever since then. Really, this is the only place that I shop actually,
Wow.
because
Okay.
I really haven't found anything else that really fits me. I mean, if I'm buying like jeans, t-shirts, whatever, but yes, this is my go-to.
Now
Like,
let me ask you something because you say you're not in the clothes, you're not in the jewelry, but you shared a little bit of what you are into off camera. Off camera, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Baby. Oh, that's what gets you to shopping spree. Okay, we getting to that. We getting to that. You got to stick by to see and hear about that. Okay, you guys don't go nowhere. Now let me ask you this: what is your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh Lord, a
Yes,
Cancer.
yes.
Okay.
I'm on the cusp, so I got a little crazy Gemini in me too.
Oh,
But yes,
yes.
sensual Cancer.
June
And
21st, 22nd.
24th, but right, the 2 day
Okay.
cusp.
Yeah, my son is on the cusp too, and so he look cray, but that's all right. Hey, Sonny, good crazy. Yes, indeed. Now, see, as you guys can see, we're having some drinks, and Miss Betty is so gracious to serve us some drinks, and it's her birthday. I need y'all to understand this is the type of person that she is. That's so beautiful on her birthday. I love that. Yeah, that's what's up. And oh, listen, and she feeds you. So you guys come on out. I'm gonna take a little sip. But what we were talking about before we got to the camera, I want to kind of get into that because we're gonna deal with some hot topics here at the House of Couture Houston. So what we were talking about is relationships and your take on it. So I want you to go on and give us a little something.
Okay, so I did tell y'all I'm a Cancer with a little Gemini, so I got the twins in me. I'm actually I don't believe in traditional relationships. I am polyamorous, but I'm a heterosexual polyamorous. I have to say that because a lot of people who are into polyamory are bisexual. You know, they do both sexes, but you can see I got 6 kids, so you know. Yes, I'm not vegan, as you can see. But I do believe in not having restrictions in relationships. I do believe about being open and honest. Just because you're in an open relationship does not mean you can just do any and everything that you want to do. It's all about respect and boundaries. A lot of people think, oh, open, y'all just do whatever.
Y'all just getting it in with whoever, however, whenever.
Exactly, which is
that's not true.
No. And actually currently the relationship that I'm in now, I am monogamous by choice because I want to be. But I don't, if I feel like if I was forced to be monogamous, I probably wouldn't. I don't think that it is natural. I don't think that humans really are meant to be monogamous creatures.
So let me ask, what is your definition of polyamory? When you say polyamory, for those people that this is new to, what do you mean by polyamory?
So, just by definition, poly means many. You know, amory means love. So you have many loves. I love. Yes, I love men. Oh my goodness, you know, I love them, and that's some. No. I don't do them at the same damn time. You know. Yes, you.
What about money, Emery?
Yes.
I like a lot of men with money.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Poly money.
There you go. So, yeah, one of my stipulations was you must buy me things, you know.
Yes.
So, I was in the only thing is it's really hard being polyamorous and being attracted to alpha males.
Yeah, because they don't play
because
that.
yes,
they
because
that.
they're cool with, oh, you poly, you know, I can do me, but you can't do you. Like let's get that straight, you know. But
polyamorous means that you're going to be with multiple women.
Yes, exactly.
They don't think about it when you flip it on them. You're like, no.
Yes.
It's more of you.
Right. So I had 2 boyfriends. They knew about each other.
Well, now.
But yes, they were black. I only do black. I am not prejudiced, but I love my black people, and there's just nothing like. I mean, I dabbled once, but it just ain't nothing like a black man, you know, or 2 or 3 or 4, you know. And so that's my preference is heterosexual black men. But I have to ask them, have you ever had any kind of sexual relationship with another man? Because they think if a man performs fellatio on them, that they're still heterosexual.
So would that bother you if they did?
It would, yes. Just for me personally, I respect everybody, but I'm hetero and I prefer to be in hetero poly relationships, which I said I'm an enigma, which makes it weird. But oh, thank you.
Matter what it is.
From Bunch Cake to Hollis.
Oh, this looks wonderful.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
keep going with the heterosexual.
Oh, yes. I just I'm just into heterosexual men. I have a lot of bisexual and homosexual friends, but get it on out. See, that's exactly. Speaking of that, I used to give classes on that too. Fellatio, and for women. Well, because I used to, I've done a whole lot of stuff. I used to bartend, and there were older black women that were customers.
Yeah, they don't know the older ones. They don't know.
And they said that these young women were taking their husbands.
We're gonna slap on the knob.
Exactly, and
All women,
yes,
all women say that's a sin.
exactly.
God don't want my mouth, right
and they
now.
don't,
Because I got the prophecy.
unless it's a birthday, Hanukkah, something like that.
It's only special day.
Yes, and so a lot of them thought that, and they were like, these young women are taking our men. So I started having classes for them.
You teach fellatio to women.
Yes, yes. I'm new in the area, so I haven't done one lately. I'm on the road a lot, so it's in the works. It's in the works. Well, see, there you go. But yes, so thank you. And I was telling them, like, it's all about because I've had, first of all, men don't know what they want.
Yeah, this is true.
We have to teach them, because they be like, well, I don't like no hands, or I don't like this, and I'm like, you're gonna like whatever the hell I'm gonna give to you right now. This is exactly, and you're gonna like it. And they're like, well, I never thought I liked this,
Let's talk about this open relationship.
Yes.
So you're talking about an open relationship. When you find a man that you want to be with, do you tell your man, or how does that work?
Okay, well, what I'm in now is not open.
But if
but when I was in an open relationship, if I was
join in, so I'm bringing come on in.
if I was interested in another man, I would let him know. I wouldn't just bring that man into the situation.
So
I
does
would
he have to approve him?
He not necessarily approve him, but it's a respect thing. I want him to know that this is the person that I'm interested in, as well as, if you're interested in someone, I need to at least know, like, you need to at least inform me what's going on. We need to be as safe as we can, because, sex is more than just a physical thing. Like, you are sharing your energies, it's spirits, all these different things. So that's why you can't just let any and everybody, and whoever that person is connected to, you're connected to that person, to that person, to that person. So it's not just like a orgy and a free for all. Some people are like that, which I no disrespect to them or anything, but for me personally, I don't like to have a lot of sexual partners, because it is a relationship. Like, I don't just have sex with someone, although I have in the past, but maybe because I'm just getting in tune with myself, I just know that you can't just give everybody that energy, that spirit,
Right, and everybody don't know what they're doing.
That's
So
it.
you can't have everybody playing in your backyard,
Yes.
and they don't know what they're doing, or your front yard.
Right, I was gonna say, speaking of backyard,
Backyard, front yard,
I gave classes on that.
the porch, the window, the kitchen, whatever you playing in. I need you to know what you're doing. So I thought it was interesting when you talked about open relationships and being monogamous by choice, and I think that's what I'm most interested in, because I think that people feel forced into monogamy.
Yes.
And that's why people cheat.
Yes.
So I guess you just got to find a partner that you trust.
Yes.
Because, if a person, that's your penis.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time to worry about where it's at. I need you to be responsible with it. And that's it. I mean, I ain't got time. I'm not going to chase around. What are you doing with your peen? Somebody receiving messages. Anyway, y'all over here trying to hide. Y'all know I'm gonna call it out. But anyway, what I was saying is that my brother-in-law? Oh Lord. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying is, I think you have to find somebody that you can trust to be in a relationship where they know that it's a possibility of it sometimes being open, or you're open to it being open. So I want to ask you all, since we've heard her how she feels about it, how do you guys feel about it on open relationship? Is that something that you could do?
I'm not gonna say necessarily an open relationship, but when I was in the dating world right after I left my first husband, um, I dated. I had 8 guys that I was speaking with, that I was conversing with, but they all knew that I was not just conversing with them. I did not tell names and I did not tell how many others. I just said, I'm not, I'm not exclusively conversing with you. And I'm not, at this point, I'm not sleeping with anybody. So when I narrowed it down to 2, they knew it at that time as well. And I didn't make a choice until one of them just started kicking and screaming. And I made the choice, but I don't really. Absolutely, it is. Well, I didn't choose him the first time, but he is my final choice. So that's all that matters. He is my final intelligent choice. Period. Point blank. That's the cutest husband. He's the cutest husband I've had. So yes. So I don't necessarily say that I disagree with the open relationship thing, but I have not been in one, and I don't know that I'm not selfish. I don't know that I am willing to be in one, but I mean, I never say never. But at this point, I'm not sharing your brother-in-law. It's not happening, and you get your head knocked off. Don't. I mean, I don't knock anybody else's hustle. I don't knock what anybody else does, and I don't. I'm very interested in hearing what everybody else has to say about it, because it's an interesting subject to me. I heard about it a few years ago. Well, actually, a long time ago. I heard about it about almost 20 years ago. A lady told me she was polyamory. She said her husband would go away on the weekend so her boyfriend could come and be with her and the children. Her and the children. The husband's children.
I don't know about that.
The husband's children. He would go away for the weekend. They're actually Native American.
Oh, well, and then so there are the cultural elements also. Then that's a very interesting perspective to also bring in. I think that I have 2 perspectives. One is what I feel like people want to hear, which is, oh no, that's not what you should do. That's wrong. But the reality for me is, I believe that you are attracted to people's energies. I believe that you have connections. I believe that sometimes those connections are even fleeting. And so it is, I don't know that monogamy is a natural choice for people. Like, we're animals just like any other animal. And I feel like monogamy is socialized into us, and that it's not, if it is if you have a desire to be with other people, that is a more natural response. If you have a desire to be with more than one person, that is a more natural response. And if you are in a relationship that allows for you to have that freedom, then I think that you will find more satisfaction in those relationships.
So when you say, so you mean like sexual?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is that for me, I am in currently understanding that for a lot of people, sex is simply sex.
Yeah.
For some of us, and I feel like it's for those of us that are more Christianized into relationships and more socialized into relationships, I feel like we believe that there must be a more emotional connection to sex for it to be whole and acceptable and approved of. Mm-hmm.
First, I think it depends on your age. And then next, I think it depends on your stage in life. And then it depends on what you might be going through. Because, when you're going through some sex is sex. You just be want some relief. It ain't no different than using the toilet.
My heart was connected to my vagina. So
In my 40s,
My
I
heart
am
is definitely
coming.
connected to my vagina.
I feel like in my 40s, I'm coming to realize for a long time my heart was connected to my vagina, and I'm still there. But when you are realizing that there are actually people moving through this earth that are like having sex is like breathing, taking a shower, washing my clothes, taking a dump. Like it is not connected to any emotional need. And I am like, that is so foreign to me because I've been socialized and Christianized to believe that if I'm going to be sexually intimate with someone, there must be a tie that is emotional and more than just physical. So it's I was.
I agree with all of y'all as far as because we're females. I think that our heart is attached to our vaginas, but I also think that when your heart is broken, you can have sex with somebody that don't mean nothing because your heart is still. Yeah, because when your heart is broken and you're not with the person that broke your heart, you can be out there just getting minutes and you don't even care because half the time your mind is with the person that.
Me, I was extremely promiscuous from the standpoint of you're fat, don't nobody want you in a relationship. So, but even still, I was socialized and Christianized to believe that I was doing something wrong or inappropriate because I should have been wanting to be with one person. So it's like, even though I am in my behavior, I'm doing everything that I can to get your attention because I am, society tells me I'm not attractive and I'm trying to meet these societal standards of being in a relationship, but everything on that side is rejecting me. I'm not big. I mean, I'm too big, so I'm not attractive enough for you to want to date publicly. Right. So I'm here sleeping with you privately to try to get your private approval. And I feel like on both sides, I'm being rejected.
I really want to encourage. Yes, come on. I really want to encourage parents, especially men and women. Me too. And I because that I know what you're saying is true. And I want to encourage parents because this is where it starts. Because I never felt that ever until I moved to Texas. That's the first time I felt like I was even big. But I've been the same size my whole life. Texas made me feel like I was big, and I was like, "What the hell? Big is in? What y'all missed?" That's what they say. But I realized once I moved here, it's a mind game. It's gaslighting. It's all these psychological mind games that men try to play on you, even though they like big women. But they will try to make you think you're not attractive or you're undesirable so that they can use and abuse you. But see, the problem with me is that I came here built, baby. I came here already established and built upon a firm foundation that I am all of that and more. And you just don't know it. So if you reject me, it's not my problem. It's your problem. It's your loss. But it really shocked me because most women here are plus size. So when I got here and men was having a problem with plus size, well, I was like, where y'all been? Because from in Chicago and where I come from, we popping.
We from the same place. We from Chicago. Let me throw up some signs and stuff. So I start throwing up gang signs and representing. So I think the problem isn't you. It isn't you. It isn't you. It isn't me. It isn't you. Because everybody's sitting at this table. Ain't nobody size 8 at this table. I think it's the people that you're dealing with. And I don't think that it's Texas because or even just Texas, because I've been in other southern states. I've been in Mississippi and seen some girls that's bigger than all of us at this table. And I'll be like, how she pull him? So it's like, I think it's just really, maybe we messing with the wrong person, and so sometimes it's like you got to broaden your horizon. And if that means coming up outside of your race, and I hope that I'm not like on camera with like greasy lips, because I was just eating that chicken over there that my girl cooked. It's like, yeah, it's like some jerk chicken over there and some Cajun chicken over there. We big girls, so I'm just letting you know there's some cake over there too. So, but listen, if that means we got to come outside of our race, but God bless me to be a thick chick. I'm thick in a good way, but I ain't never, even when I was skinny, I was never a skinny person. Do you know what I mean? Like even as a size 10, I always was unproportionately a size 10. Something was bigger somewhere else. And, so we just got to find the person. And if somebody don't like you, this is my new theory. If you don't like me, F you, because I'm not going to say that on your show, because I realize, y'all syndicated or whatever, so I got to behave. But if you don't like me, F you, and I'm going to get rid of you real quick and move around to somebody who does, because there are too many people out here that will appreciate what you have to offer, 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 what I have to offer. And I don't care if he white, if he black, if your thing is men, if your thing is women, if your thing is multiple men, multiple women, if you into that poly lifestyle. Hell, if you poly, it's a numbers game. You got a better chance, higher numbers. You got higher numbers, You gonna win first because you gonna find more people. Mm.
So I let society, I let my ex-husband, I let everybody tell me what I should be. I let myself go.
Don't them ex-husbands be messing with your mind? Mine certainly messed with mine.
With all these kids, all these kids, they're gonna want to have sex with you, but nobody's gonna really want you. Nobody's gonna really love you, and
So I know y'all was having y'all discussion, but I just heard what you said, and I had to jump in. So it ain't about you. Now, can all of us do something to improve ourselves? Sure. I know I've been, I just want Jesus to bless me with a better stomach. So can we all work on our bodies or work to improve ourselves? Of course. But in the interim, until that surgical intervention happens on my stomach, you got to accept this for what it is, for all of it for what it is. Well, girl, if it rolls up, if it rolls down, then roses on the back, they some sexy rolls. You gonna have to just deal with the rolls, the stretch marks, the dimples, the bullet holes, whatever it is that's there, because the fupa, because they not perfect. But what kills me is the dudes that want to talk all that mess. They not perfect either. How you gonna talk all that mess and then how you gonna talk all that and you ain't Captain Ding Dong? Now I understand if you slinging it over your shoulder and you got a Greek body of you Greek Adonis over there, and it's like, well, okay, let me go out and get myself together. But you average, right? Below average, with two stomachs, financially. So I'm sorry, I jumped into y'all stuff. I got to go sell some clothes. All right.
Thank you so much for
joining in. I'm gonna say my part on that. I've been plus size my entire life. I was a chubby baby. I was Winnie the Pooh I have been this. Well, I ain't been this size in a long time, actually, but I've been big my entire life, and I've never been lonely, not a day. So it's not that. It's I believe it's people that are trying to make you feel less than what you are to make themselves feel better than what they are, and that's the majority of it. Because like you said, big not in. I've never understood that, and I see men, like I'm in a couple of groups, questionable ones, and I see men that try to go in on the BBW, and the other men be like, "Oh, you just got a little, you can't handle it," and I'm forced to believe that, honestly, because you have an extra belly button that when I lift up my stomach and you lift up your stomachs, you can't reach it, and that's the problem. That's what I think.
I do want to say this. I agree with what you said. It's a lot of times your energy meets people before you do. Your spirit meets people before you do. And sometimes men know you're too much for them. So they feel like that I need to pull her down a little bit. I need to make her feel like, and you know what? It ain't just men to do that. Women do it to each other. Even friends do it, because I know for a fact people meet I know people meet my energy. It's no doubt they meet my energy, and sometimes people can handle it, sometimes they can't. And I can tell when a person can't handle it because they either don't like me or try to pull me down. But look, I'm been ready to be 49, so it took me a whole lot of years to figure this out. So imagine being young and having all these people that just feel like it's something wrong with you, So I feel what you're saying. You just felt like, okay, what is the problem with me? Because I've had this problem with this person, that person, that person, that person. So at some point, it's got to be me. But then when you realize, I'm gonna give y'all an example. This may sound like it don't fit, but trust me, just go with me. It fits. I was the only black and still am the only black person that swims at the hour that I swim at the Y. So I swim at 6 a.m. I'm the only black person there, the only young person there. It's mostly elderly people, elderly white women, and a few elderly white men. So of course they all, watching me, looking at me, and it's kind of like, yeah, what is she doing here? And all this, scrutiny. And then also, I'm the only one that does the stroke I do. Everybody does a different type of freestyle stroke where they swim under the water. I don't swim under, I swim on top of the water, okay? Because I don't like getting my hair in the water, okay? So I was taught how to swim without getting my hair messed up. So don't bother me, you know what I'm saying? So at first I was feeling some type of way because I was like, I'm the only one that does this. I don't shower there. That's another thing. They always look out. She puts her clothes on and she leaves. Damn right, because I shower at their house. Now share with you biddies. I don't know what y'all got going on with your feet and nothing else. And nothing else. Listen, I'm not showering with you. Yeah, I shower at the crib. So it was so many things. But the funny thing is, what I found out, because I started doing some research, because I didn't know why everybody was watching me while I was in the pool. At first I was like, okay, maybe they had never seen a black person swim, so let me go on and put on a show for you. Then I started feeling like maybe my stroke is off. Let me just do some research on what I found out is that I'm doing the hardest stroke. It's called the Tarzan stroke. It's the lifeguard stroke because you're swimming above the water. You have to have a strong core. You have to have a powerful kick. Your stroke got to be mean to even make it to the other side. Now, imagine feeling like you were inferior, not knowing you were superior. And that's what happens to most of us. That's what happens to most of us. People know you already above them and they try to make you feel a certain way. And then when you find out, damn, I'm the shit. Didn't even much know. Yes. Didn't even much know. And I think that whole example showed me something like, wow, if people staring, if people scrutinize people, don't even much worry about it. Just do you. Focus on you. It's amazement. Yes. Okay. So, once I found that out, I went back and I was like, yeah. What you looking at? Yeah, let me show you a little something. Yeah.
I try to explain. I try to explain that to my daughters, and I have a daughter. She's in college. She's a big girl. She's been big. She wasn't. She was smaller before, like we all were small, but she's gained a lot of weight. And I didn't notice. I thought that because I didn't have my father in my life, that whatever, I'm going to make sure that I keep my family together, that they're going to have their father in their life. My sons weren't his biological, but I was like, at least he's willing to be here. They were 1 and 3 when we got together. He'd always tell me, oh, well, I'm here. Most men wouldn't be here. I'm taking care of kids that aren't mine, even though his daughter was there too. And I was taking care of her, it shouldn't even be right. But I didn't realize that I was showing my daughters how to let men treat them by the way I was letting my ex-husband treat me. He didn't yell. He didn't like curse me out. He didn't hit me. He wasn't drinking, but he was a narcissist. He was very emotionally abusive. I didn't realize that they were seeing this. And when I did, even when I felt bad about myself, because he'd be like, you're a slacker. You're not doing this. Like, you're not cleaning up. I had 5 kids, 6 and under in the house. And he would be like, and I didn't work. I was going to school online. I was getting my financial aid. I was doing everything that I could to help support the family. And he said, I don't know if you ever went to online school. This was back in the day when it just came out. And I was taking 12 hours online with 6 and under, And he said I was a slacker. And he made me feel like, wow, I really need to get on my stuff. I need to clean up more. I was making 3 meals a day, home cooked meals, desserts, but I was like, I still need to do more. I got to do this. I got to do that. And now my daughter, she's about to be 21. She has never been in a relationship. She doesn't want to be in a relationship. She's scared to be in one. And I'm so afraid that because she's a larger size girl, that she's going to find that man who feels that way. Like, oh, she's big. She's yes, she has a low self-esteem, and like, because they're really good to pick up on it. All you got to do is tell him a little of your story, and then he's going to give her
That's the
that
problem.
attention.
Yeah, you can't
But
tell them. And I tell people that all the time. When you first meet somebody, don't be telling them your business because
exactly.
they listening. Not all of them.
Yes.
Some of them listening for that downfall so they can ease in and try to capitalize off that. And for me, I have ran into men who felt like because of my size, they thought I was gonna be, you gonna treat me some type of way. I was like, boy, I don't care how big I am. I can have stretch marks from here to Georgia. You're not gonna talk to me crazy. You're not gonna treat me like I'm a second option. No, you're gonna treat me like a queen or you're gonna bounce.
Exactly.
Period.
And I've always felt that way too. Like in high school, you're gifted to be around me. You don't want to be around me. Oh, that is your loss. Bye.
It's a
You
privilege.
still here?
Yeah.
Exactly. See, because I love what you said because I think people don't want to face the truth about this, but it's the truth. You have to have a male presence in your life because Lisa had her father in her life. I had my father in my life, and that made the whole difference for me because I wasn't accepting nothing a man tell me. Nothing. What is you talking about? I'd be like, no, no, because I remember being in high school and the teacher yelled at me. I said, excuse me, you don't raise your voice at me. My daddy told me don't let nobody raise their voice at you. So I didn't raise my voice at you. Don't you raise your voice at me. And the teacher was shocked. But I was like, yeah, you need to understand. I know who I am. I know what I'm worthy of. So one thing that I can say I've been guilty of, and I mean, it's crazy that I value having my dad, but I exited my kids' dad. And I had to look at that and be held accountable for that. Thank God they all boys, but at the same damn time, people need a male figure in their life. And I think as Black women, we need to learn the importance of that and sometimes swallow our pride. Not let them mistreat us, but let them be about their kids. Let them be a father because it makes the difference, especially in the lives of women. It makes a difference in our life when you have a man who accepts you no matter what. Like I don't care what I look now. Now my dad do always be talking about, oh, if you just lose 50 pounds, oh, you would be the bomb if you just lose 50 pounds. And I just need to educate him. First of all, the bomb is not a thing anymore. Secondly, I'm already the bomb. Okay. With all this extra 50 pounds, I'm still that. But at least I know that it's all in love. But I think that this is what I learned. If you didn't have your father in your life, get a male figure now. It's never too late because this is what happens with women. Have you ever, now you don't have this situation. I think you probably do. And I know that I do. When you lost your mother at a young age or you didn't have a mother figure, you have mommy issues. And so people take advantage of that too. People take advantage. I've had people try to take advantage of that too when they find that out. And so for me, my thing is I had to mother myself. I became my own mother. And I know that sounds crazy, but I would look at pictures of myself as a little girl and I connect with her. And I talk to her all the time. And I look at myself in the mirror and I say, what would I do if I had a little daughter? And that's what I do for me. I love on me. And I think that's the biggest thing that we're missing as Black women because we don't have the sisterhood that we should. Because when we build that, we will be straight. But until we build that, we working on that. Until we build that, we have to give it to ourselves. Hey, how are you? Until we have that strong sisterhood, we have to build it in ourselves. You got to talk to yourself. I say that to y'all all the time. Get in that mirror and love on yourself. Talk to yourself. And you got to get in that bucket. You got to now get in that bucket naked. And you got to look at all that beautifulness, all that beautiful chocolate. You got to look at it.
I agree with that.
I definitely understand that, and it's a place where I'm working because hmm it's really challenging when you've moved through the world in a particular way your whole life. And it's like, how do I shift? How do I undo? And so getting that piece of advice of like, treat yourself like the little girl that you would have wanted to have been treated like. And so I am interested in looking forward to where this shift is going to take me, but it's been hard. It's been difficult.
one thing about it, you're worth it. One thing about it, you're worth it. You're worth putting in the work for yourself. You're worth fighting off the demons, because that's the funny thing about Black women. This is why I ride for us so hard. Black women are, and a lot of people say, oh, only certain people are empaths. We all empaths because we all spiritual creatures. That's why narcissists are drawn to us. That's why people get away from us sometimes, because they know I feel your spirit. So you ain't gotta even much tell people. Sometimes they know you feel them. You can feel when somebody shift on you. You can feel when somebody change up on you. You can feel when your man ain't right, and you be like, "What's wrong?"
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, one thing I'm glad you mentioned that, because the older that I get, I learned to trust my gut. I learned to trust my intuition. I had growing up, because I didn't have my father in my life. I did have my mom until my 30s, and then actually when she passed away, my father and I got a relationship. So it's like I lost a parent, gained a parent. But always felt that I looked different, that I was different. I've always been like the only Black person, school, work, all of that. I've always been questioned. My family, ever since I was 5, 6 years old. um why do you talk like that? Why do you talk like a white girl? Why do you use those words like that? Why do you act like that? You're bougie, you're this. And I'm telling you, I grew up in the hood. I mean, we were poor. I remember going to the post office getting food stamps. You know what I'm saying? I remember being ashamed to go to the store. I'm in first grade wondering if I'm going to get home and my lights are going to be turned off. Does mama have enough money for this? Like, that's where I come from. So when you call me bougie, like, that's the last thing. Like, I am nowhere near bougie. We used to have to use the neighbors' electricity, use their water, things like that. I would go to school because I knew I was going to get a meal. That's where I come from. So I'm like, there's nowhere near bougie. But because I didn't know my father, I didn't know that he was bougie, and that I talk like him, I act like him, I have his mannerisms, things like that. Luckily, I was able to meet him later on, but had I known that when I was a child, I wouldn't have thought something was so wrong with me. And I loved school. I loved to be educated, but I was easily brainwashed. Anything that they told me, especially white people, why is your hair like that? Why does it do that? Why are you so dark? Why is your skin, what is ashy? All of these things, and feeling ashamed about, yes, and they would just be like, I'm just questioning. To this day, like, there could be a group of Black people and the white person will go pass up everybody and come talk to me. Excuse me, what's going on here? And I'm like, you know exactly, they would always do that. So my family made me feel that way, and then they even said that about my kids, like, oh, your kids are proper like you, all of y'all just act white, and I'm like, what is this acting white? Like, I am from the hood, this is just me. But I didn't like me. I didn't know why I was so different. I didn't know what was wrong. I even went to a HBCU to prove my Blackness, and so it's just, so y'all feel me, and okay.
So when people have, I've always been, I talk white, I act white. I'm just the opposite of you, though. I never felt ashamed about it. My nana told me that they're just jealous because they're dumb. A-Ns. And I'm not.
Yes. I mean, for a while, I started thinking, oh, well, maybe I am different. Maybe I'm, because I would hear the end jokes and stuff, but not you, So I would, yes. So I had to, yes. Yes.
I believe because I am more relatable, but I never took that as a bad thing. Even when people absolutely have teased me, people have called me Oreo and Pocahontas and Sunflower. My sister, just back then it wasn't cute. But today I'll be all of that. And I was noticing I am a little bit lighter. A lot of people, they tease me and say, oh, you a yellow bone. But I'm not yellow, I'm brown. But I did realize, a couple of days ago, I saw every freckle on my face. And I was like, oh, I'm a little pale. I look like a colored. but I never had a problem with that, but other people around me, they absolutely did. And they did talk about me and say that. And they were like, when you get mad, it's just worse. Most people, the hood can come out when you get mad. It absolutely does get worse. When I get angry, I'm gonna get whiter. The words get bigger. I articulate better. It happens, but I'm okay with who I've always been okay with who I am. But I think we need to normalize people that are educated and that speak well, that articulate well. We need to normalize that and stop telling our Black sisters that they're acting white or that they're bougie or that they want to talk pop or that they're trying to be something. Because I've been told a lot of my life that I'm always trying to be something that I'm not. I like the color context. I like blonde hair, and that's, oh, you hate yourself. Hate. I'm cute with you. I don't hate anything. I like what I like. And you can't tell me that what I like is incorrect or that it's wrong. I like what I like.
I have to speak on that because it's so crazy that I remember being young and I still check myself on doing this now, being so smart. And I would dumb myself down because I would get picked on for being smart and being picked on for being able to speak, like you said, be articulate, use big words, because I used to read all the time though. And so these words was in the books that I read. So I'm going to use these words. So I didn't even think it was nothing weird because that's what we talked. That's how we talked in my house. So going to school and being treated bad for that, I learned the hood lingo. So for me, I felt like so much of my life I had to be too many different people. When I was around certain people, I had to be a hood nigga. And when I'm around these people, I gotta be bougie. Then what I realized is when I got in my 40s, by doing all that, I became this weird mashup of all this stuff. Like now, I can go to the Fifth Ward and be down with the niggas. You know what I'm saying? The real ones. Be right there with them. And then I can go to, River Oaks as well and be with, Hilda and Karen and Karen and all of them and Liz, all the ladies at the Y, who be flocking to me. And I'd be like, oh, hey, Karen. Yes, I can be down with them. But I think it happened because I felt so much pressure to be everything to everybody. And that's what I hate about being a Black woman. It seems like people don't understand how hard it is sometimes. And I'm not trying to be one of those wine people, but it's so hard for us.
I found out I was Black. Like, she just told me this year, Mom, I did not know you were Black.
Well, that do sound crazy, but I would.
That's what I said. She said, well, you look like you could be, Dominican or, something like that. Not really. No. I mean, my name is Anita, but no. She was like, well, Daddy was really dark skinned. So I know that I'm Black because of that. She was like, but the way that you talk, the way that you act, you really, you like the blonde hair, you like this. And I really didn't think you were Black. And she really thinks that I'm light, that I'm, that my skin is lighter than what it is. I think I'm chocolate, even though people say I'm not. But she just was like, no, she just thought I was like, I guess Black, Hispanic or whatever. But she never really thought I was Black. She just this year, she just told me that. She said because her dad is Black, that she's Black. She knows that she's Black because my ex-husband was really dark skinned.
But you know what I think? I think it's crazy that Black have been attached to so many behaviors. It's not a behavior. It's not a lifestyle. It's like your actual race. Yeah, it's like when people say we're gonna revoke your Black card because you never watched The Color Purple or you never watched New Jack City, or I mean that's really weird to me. But I will say this: I didn't know I was Black until I went to first grade. Because in my house, we never really dealt with that. We didn't deal with none of that. So I remember going to kindergarten. I didn't know because, nobody treated me no different. But when I went to first grade and I was playing with my friend Tabitha, I'll never forget. I'll be talking about this all the time. My friend Tabitha, because we connected because we wore the little ankle socks with the ruffles. And nobody else wore them to school but me and Tabitha. So anyway, I was good friends and it was like my first heartache because Tabitha didn't want to play with me no more. And I was like on the playground like, hey, Tabitha, we're going to play. Blah, blah. She was like, I can't play with you because you're Black. And I went home and asked my dad, what do it mean? What do it mean that I'm Black? And why all of a sudden my friend can't play with me? That's when it first hit me. And I was in the first grade. So I understand what your daughter means is that she probably didn't mean I didn't know that. She probably mean I didn't know that you have to deal with everything that come with being Black. Because that's the full realization. is that you have to deal with everything that come along with being black.
And that, the things, yes, and that because the things that as a 14-year-old, the behaviors that I associate with being black, I don't see my mama doing those things. So it's like, how are you that? Like, if this is what black looks like, and you're my mom and you're black and you don't look like that, she can't be black. She's just a dark skinned something else. But that is not my mom. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's sad because society have told us that black equal negative, black equal hood, black equal ghetto, and I hate that because it doesn't. It doesn't. Like we born black. Period.
We keep saying this. She is Black history. That's why we have to keep putting up these positive black images of people, because we have to counteract what this 13-year-old has seen. Yeah.
Especially like when I used to work for the state and I would interview people and they would see me and they'd be like, Anita, I spoke to you on the phone. I'm like, yeah, this is Anita. And I'm like, okay, And so, and I had security actually called me one day, and she said, "Oh, just answer the put it on speaker." And I thought that was weird that she would tell me to answer the phone and put it on speaker. It was the other security guard; they both were black. It was the other security guard, and she said, it's really her. Like she really sounds like this. I'm looking at her. It's really her. It's not a white woman."
Well, see, we had to learn. We had to learn how to put on the white voice. And now for me, I've always talked proper, but I still have some bass in my voice. Yeah. We had to learn how to do that. See, I kept bass in my voice because my dad's family was bougie, and I'm not gonna even make no apologies for that because they had money. My mom's family was ghetto and country, so I was stuck between two worlds. And so when I be with my dad's people, we have dinner at the table with linens on him, and we wash our hands and we sit up straight and we address each other properly. My mom's family, we might be sitting on the floor with the plate in our lap. If you get a plate, you might get a napkin with some cornbread and a piece of chicken. So I was caught between two worlds. But for me, I learned one thing for sure. In order to survive in both of these worlds, I felt like I had to keep some bass in my voice. But what I did learn is going and getting into corporate America is to lighten them voice up a little bit to sound like, what's comfortable for them, because they don't like that bass. You put that bass in your voice, they get scared. But yeah, I mean, I had to learn how to do that, and that happens all the time for me when I show up for interviews. Because of my name, they can't tell what I am. So when I show up for interviews, they be like, oh, she black. Couldn't tell on the phone, couldn't tell by her name. So now when you show up, it's like, oh, hey, but they already, feeling some type of way. And it was sad because I noticed when I had my braids, I was treated totally different than when I didn't have my braids. And I was like, this is sad. That
They're both very natural. What did you notice?
Well, I noticed that they treated me like I was going to be a problem. With braids, I felt like they thought I was going to have an attitude, or they thought I was going to be ultra black, or whatever the case may be. But they didn't know I just needed a hairstyle that I didn't have to do, every day. It wasn't that serious,
Hair every day. Wait a minute, your hair was long yesterday, and now you cut your hair like that fast.
First of all, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Seen enough black hairstyles.
Y'all know.
Let's not do this.
Yes.
And that's what we have to do.
Progression. And we're not doing it.
That's what we have to do. And you know what? I feel like give it to them. Give it to them. Do not spare their feelings. Give it to them. And that's what I said,
They've never done that to me about the hair or anything like that, but they definitely have. I've done phone interviews, and then I show up and they're like, Alicia? I'm Alicia, yes. It's nice to meet you. And they're like, but you're so articulate. I do articulate well, thank you.
See, I like to switch up.
What you mean?
I had somebody tell me
I don't know how to do that. I have to get really mad.
I never. That was the first time I've ever been called colored. He said you are articulate for a colored woman, and he was black, and he was young.
Well, those are the ones. I talked about this on the other show the other day about how sometimes our people treat us worse than other people. Have you ever been, and not just black women, I don't know about y'all, but have you ever been in a store and you working your way up to the cashier and you think, oh, it's a sister girl. Hey, girl, you get up there and it's all this attitude, and you're like, damn. When you was just kicking with the first person before me, so now all of a sudden I get up here and you got all this attitude. What is that about? What is that about? I mean,
Assumption that there's some sort of competition, or
Absolutely.
that you're gonna be, and that you're gonna be some sort of problem that they're gonna have to diffuse for the white people that they work with. So it's like, okay, you are stereotyping me as well. Like you're acting as though I'm gonna be problematic just as much as the white person, and that's even more annoying.
I feel like most of this, just from my research and everything, because I always have to research some stuff. I always have to see, well, why is this? Well, why is that? Well, why do we do this? Why do we do that? And a lot of the stuff that I've learned goes back to slavery, and just how, yeah, I mean, from everything that I could trace back. I know when I was in college, I had to write this paper, and did this. I read this book called Nothing: The Mentality of a Black Woman, and I cannot remember her name, but it was a small book. And y'all know this was back in the day because I found what to do with decimal, in the card catalog. So this was back in the day, and I never would have even happened on that book because it was so unassuming. But maybe 80 pages, but it really talked about how we are treated as Black women in the United States, how we are the most hated, the most raped. It was called Nothing: The Mentality of a Black Woman.
yeah, we need to
And
look into that because that is true.
and it was
It's
just
even true
like,
still today.
yeah.
You know what else is though? It's like you said, it's a competition thing because I've come across several ladies who they treat me a certain type of way because I perform better at my job than they do, and they've been there for a long time. I pick up fast, and I'm an overachiever, so it's my job to outperform everybody else. I don't know why, it just is. That's just who I am. I have to do better and bigger and better than everybody else. That's me. But it's another thing about being pretty. When you're the ladies pick on you when you're pretty. They pick on you because they feel that you're prettier than them. And I mean, I don't know if that's the case or not. I just know I'm pretty. I don't sit up here and say, well, I'm prettier than this person or this person is pretty. I don't do that. But a lot of times they will pick because you're pretty.
I am just now really understanding that. Because yeah, I'm just not understanding that because really, honest to God, I didn't think it was a thing. I really did not think it was a thing. But now I realize that not only is it a thing, but it's hurtful to other people. So I had to go back into my childhood and try to figure out why my sister hated me so much. It was because I had that pretty privilege. I was always so cute and everybody was always making over me. But what she didn't probably realize is that I didn't give a damn. I didn't care. It didn't matter to me. I mean, it's not like I was riding high on it, like, oh yeah, I'm cute, so I'm gonna get this and that. No, but even now, like when I meet people, sometimes I notice they have an instant attitude with me. Some people, like, for instance, I went into, and which one of these situations can I talk about? Okay, I can't talk about that one. So I went into a situation with a group of women, and I was invited to a situation with a group of women. Damn, can I talk about this one? I'm going to talk about it. And from the instant, like three of them didn't like me, just straight up, like the up and down looking and looking at you crazy type of situation. And my thing was, what is the problem? Like, you don't even know me yet. You don't even know me. But by the end of the night, they was all hugging me, and we was all, and I really wanted to ask, what was your problem at the beginning? But then I realized it's because of the way you look. And what I hate is that it don't mean a goddamn thing to me. What they don't understand means nothing to me. And it's something, it makes people defensive. Like if you any ounce of cute, it make you defensive because as soon as you step on the scene, people already done sized you up, and it's not fair.
Cute, that means that they don't see me as cute, right? Like I don't, and that's just the way socially we are set up to compete. So if I notice that I think you're cute, then that means somebody else thinks you're cute, so I automatically see you as competition. Like we both can't just be beautiful.
But the thing that's crazy to me is that it ain't even that serious. Like,
somebody else.
And for me, I'd be like, okay, you really mad at me about this? Because I ain't even did all that. Yeah.
Your sister, imagine like, so in this binary, and that's when you think about people who call themselves non-binary, this is what they mean. You're either it or you're not. So in a situation where sister and Lisa are in this space, if they're gushing over Lisa, they're ignoring her. So if every time I'm in a space with you, I am completely iced out, I don't want to be around you. And so exactly. So a lot of times, because with you, but now exactly, now that's real, but what happens is the adults are like, you so cute. They're not saying you have so much personality. So as a child, I'm seeing it attached to how you look, how you come across, how people are drawn to you, and immediately your physical is what's highlighted. And it could have been for you, you could have been like, if they were like, you so cute and chubby, that you could have internalized that and turned that into something, I'm a fat kid or whatever. But exactly. But for you, it wasn't even, it was completely over your head. Like none of that attention was anything that meant anything to you.
I still don't get it.
My ex, because I, drive trucks, and so that's a male dominated industry. So especially when I was out there and I didn't know what I was doing, all my male trucker friends used to be like, "Oh, that's because you pretty. That's why they help you and everything." Because I ain't even gonna lie, it's hard to back up those trucks, and sometimes they would back up the truck for me. They would do a lot of my work for me. I would be the damsel in distress because I'm like, I'm trying to learn, and they'd be like, "Man, when I'm on the road, don't nobody do this for me." When I get pulled, every time, we're not gonna wood, I've gotten pulled over by a trooper, anything like that. They have been nice. They have been respectful. They've been the most redneck, in Mississippi somewhere. "Hey, ma'am, I'm just stopping you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do, and I've always passed my inspections. It's always been, I've always had people, but I love people and I love to help people and I love to do things for people. And I feel like I have that personality." And he was like, "No, it's only because you're attractive. Attractive people get things that unattractive people don't get." And I was like, "That's not true. And I'm just a nice person." And he said,
But also get a lot of hate too.
"Yeah, but
That's what people don't understand.
but he said that's why people did so much stuff for me."
I got jumped too in high school. First of all, my friend on the last day of school, we ride the same bus. She was like, come to the bathroom with me real quick. And I was like, we're gonna miss the bus. So, oh, real quick, it ain't gonna be that long. I go down, and before we get into the bathroom, it's four girls walking out. You know how they used to, hit their fists. And I was like, okay, I ain't no punk, but I ain't finna fight four bitches. So I turned around and got out of there. But I was just like, I can't believe my friend would set me up like that. And for what reason? And so for me, I think people don't understand, like, that was part of my process when I started getting in my 20s of putting on a lot of weight, because I felt like if I put on weight, I won't be as attractive and I won't be so much of a target. People won't hate me instantly. But then I realized, shit, it don't even matter, because it was never the looks. It was always my energy. It's always been that ever since I was a kid. So now I realize, I can't take it personally. And that's the message I try to tell people that have that good energy. Don't take it personally, because eventually you'll start thinking something wrong with you. You'll be like, dang, nobody likes me, or people will like me for a little while and then they get away from me. It's like you said, like, I had a season in my life where I could not get nobody to go out with me. Like, you go girls' night, nobody wanted to go, because they was like, nah, because everybody gonna be talking about your hair and your outfit and your, and I'd be like, why you mad? I mean, I can't help that. Yeah, you always wearing that glitter on your lips, and everybody always come to the table. Oh, I like your lips. Okay, what am I supposed to do about that? Yes.
Told you they were haters.
Yes. But what I'm supposed to do? Tone down?
I had a friend, she would be like, "Oh, here comes the infamous Anita refill." As soon as she walk in the room, she would do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the men come, holla, 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 holla. All the men, and Anita's face, all of me, just all over her. And I'm like, I'm in here. First of all, I love music. This is a party. You're supposed to be dancing and stuff. They playing old school, you know. I'm rapping, I'm doing this and that. They feel my energy. They're drawn to that. They're gonna come over. They probably might be interested in y'all too. You know, who knows? Oh no. As, as soon as you start talking, everybody's gonna be on you. Everybody's just gonna be paying attention to you. You just take over. You just have, and I'm like,
How loud is your insecurity right now, girl?
seriously,
Just relax.
I'm appalled that they said these.
Yeah.
I would be
Like,
embarrassed.
but I'm so insecure at the time or whatever. I'm thinking,
it's a problem with me.
and I'm thinking they're really my friends because they're telling me this, and they're saying, "Oh, well, the way that you dress, the way that you act, like these men think you're easy, and all of this stuff." So, yeah, so I'm like, they're really my friends. They really care about me. And
All right.
Hello, how are you? This is Alice the Creative speaking, also aka Alice the Creole model. I just like to say everyone is not your friend. You need to categorize people appropriately. Sometimes they're your associates and they're jealous of you.
Yes. And you know what? And you know what, Alice? I realized too that sometimes it don't start out as jealousy. Sometimes it starts as admiration. And they really, and that's why they want to be your friend. But then they hang around too long and it becomes jealousy. I hate that. And then how do you transition it? How do you change that, or can it be changed?
I thought so. I was almost out. You can't really change people. All you can do is change how you handle them. So it's like if you see somebody and you're like, let me see if I can salvage this relationship. If you make your effort and they're still not who you need them to be, then leave them where they are and just work with them that way. You can't always change people, but you can change how you respond to them.
And I think another thing is that on piggybacking on that, they have to realize that there is something that they're valuing about you. Because if they're still believing that, if they're not realizing it's a mutually beneficial relationship, that I'm getting this from this person, I'm giving this in this relationship, then it's easy for it to become a situation where they can just keep it as envy, versus it being a situation where I'm inspired, let me learn, let me make this something where I can contribute. I am constantly envious of her because I am not really understanding her. I'm not really connecting with her.
Just so like, or you can't share your good news.
Absolutely.
You know, they gonna like,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I had a friend who was she sang, we both sang. We met because we both sang. And she started to do because of her look and because she was the thinner, she started to get a lot of access to like music world and that kind of community where she got into with Matthew Knowles and just making some connections on that level, which was awesome. But because I also was having a musical interest, any time I made an effort, anytime I made an attempt to work musically, she perceived it as an affront to her. I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to come alongside you. I'm trying to coattail with you. And it's like, but it wasn't even imitation. You went through a music program and came out with a music degree. I went through a different music program and came through with training. No, I didn't have a degree, but I had experiences musically as well as you. So we were colleagues if you were going to look at it that way. So it was just very hurtful. And it was like, okay, well, if I want to keep this friendship, I can't continue to do anything musically. And I had to, I chose to put all of that stuff back. And I've always thought about like why I made that decision. When you made the decision and you ended up here and you're on, this network and you're doing this experience and you're having this music opportunity. But because I chose to not, then I missed a lot of that, or not, but potentially I pulled myself away from it. And so it was like, why do we get into situations where we don't continue to lift each other up and push each other, where that competition, it has to be either you win or you lose. So yes. Yeah, for sure.
Wait, hold on now.
Come on.
I-
Comparison.
People like to say, collaboration over competition. I just like to point out McDonald's has always been against Burger King. Popeyes has always been against Chick-fil-A, but they both thrive. So I think you should do your best no matter what you do. And what somebody else's do does not determine your timeline or your success.
Compare that and take the time to see what she doing. That's time that you should be doing to refine your business.
She should have competed with you, and y'all should have had competing albums to drop against each other, and you would have had more people. Yes.
And then move that. And then there are times where I legit want KFC because I want to choose original over extra crispy. And yes, I love Popeyes and the red beans and rice and the options there. So the fact of the matter is it can be a win-win. It just depends on what you want to taste that day. I'm not rejecting chicken as a whole. I'm electing 11 herbs and spices over a flavor flaky chicken and a bun and a biscuit. It's all about choice. I feel you, Alice.
That's absolutely true. And you don't see the bread companies asking, oh, is Sarah Lee going to be next to me on the aisle? And I buy Sarah Lee and I buy Mrs. Baird and Sunbeam. Nature's Own and Sarah Lee have they have a honey wheat. And I don't know which one I like the most. I get them both. I buy them both. So yeah, they don't worry about those types of things. And that's how they stay in business.
And you stay innovative.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, that's a great idea. But I loved her idea as far as like
the diss track thing. Yeah, y'all could have definitely, yes.
Where it's just like, oh, okay, who you ride with.
Right, the East Coast, West Coast thing. Everybody made money off of that.
Because we had totally different sounds. But
exactly. I have a friend, my best friend, Melissa. Mm-hmm. We compete in everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything. We're at work. We work in the same place. We work in the same department. And I'm like, how many closed cases you got? What's your turnaround time? But we don't get mad. Yeah. It's pushing each other. And I'm in silent competition with the rest of my team as well. And they don't know it. They don't know it, but I'm in competition with them as well. And I don't look at it as bad. I mean, we do that to push each other. Melissa is my upline in travel. So I will never beat her because she's my upline. Right. But we still compete with each other and it's still fun. And both of us get paid when we win. It doesn't matter.
So I'm sitting here thinking about what we said earlier as far as like, both of you were like, I never had a shortage of male attention, being a big girl my whole life or whatever. And I'm like, you said you grew up where? Homestead. Is that like Homestead area of Houston, or Homestead is in its own little town?
It's a little area in Houston. It's on the northeast side. I grew up in Riverwood. RWO.
But you will be considered a Houstonian.
Yes, it's in Houston.
So being a big girl in a small town, I think is different than being a big girl.
It absolutely is.
Bigger city.
It absolutely is. Small town mentality is very well.
Absolutely. And if you are the, only big girl or one of two, Jesus, and so if I'm the big girl where it's like, oh, the other girl is the one whose mama could get her to Lane Bryant. You've been having the same JCPenney clothes for however, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there are differences in terms of being a big girl in a community where the mindset is smaller. And so what I was wondering from the two of you was like, when was the moment when it clicked for you? Like there had to have been a point. Yes, you had these adults who were saying you're beautiful, you're still this, you're that, and the other. When was the moment that you made the decision to believe what they had to say versus what the world was trying to make you believe about yourself?
The world never made me believe that I was anything other than beautiful. And I wasn't accepting it if they did. They tried.
Right. So I'm saying that.
Honestly.
When did it click for you? Like, when did it really become real for you that you were able to pop that back to the world and be like,
I mean, I've never had an issue with my self-esteem as far as that. Anybody that's ever called me fat has been a bitch who wanted my man, who man wanted me. So it's never been a man that has said I was fat. Actually, I take that back. In 11th grade, there was this guy. His name was Anthony Mayfield, and he said that if I lost my thighs, that I would be fine. But I even like Anthony Mayfield. I didn't want to be with him, so it's like, hey, you're the only one that says that, Anthony. So that question
question because I don't think it's a single moment. It's been several moments because it always happens, even now. Because sometimes you do believe what society tells you. So I'm gonna speak for me. Sometimes I do believe what society tells me because why? Somewhere deep down, I believe it for myself. So for me, that's the reason why I got more active because I never saw myself being big as a problem, but I don't like being immobile. I don't like being sluggish. I like having lots of energy. I like being able to move. Anytime I feel like I can't move or I'm sluggish or you bumping into stuff, you clumsy, that's a problem for me at any size. So for me, I think sometimes I have to remember not to attach that to my size because sometimes uh that is an issue for me. Like if I get to where I can't move, I can't stand up, or my back hurting, because people will try to tell you, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight. But then I meet people who's way smaller. They got the same issues, same problems, knees bad, all that. And you're like, that ain't got nothing to do with my weight. So in that respect, I constantly have to remind myself that is not that. That is not that. It has nothing to do with that. You need to stretch. You need to, do your swimming. You need to be active. You need to, use your body, work out. It has nothing to do with your weight. So for me, it's a continual thing that I have to always remember the things I was taught as a child and remember who I am. And one thing that I think a lot of people have is an identity crisis. A lot of people don't really know who they are. So they listen to whoever is in their ear the most. And unfortunately, it's always a negative voice, telling you, oh, you're this, you're that, you're the other. And I refrain from telling my kids, like, I check myself because I don't believe you should ever tell somebody what they are. You can tell them what their behavior is, but I don't think you have a right to tell them what they are because you didn't create them. You don't know what they are. So you can tell a person you lie all the time, but I don't think you should tell nobody you're a liar because you don't know if I'm a liar. You only know the times I lied to you. So you don't know. You didn't put no whole title on me because I lied to you. Or you thought I lied to you. Could have been telling the truth. You ain't even much know. So for me, it's always a continual process of not letting people label me and not labeling myself. Because sometimes we do that. We label because I have a tendency to say to myself, I got a big mouth, I talk a lot, blah, blah, blah. But then I realized that's not a problem. It's a problem to some people.
It's how I make my money.
Yes, hello.
Fortune will be
Hello, yes.
not an issue.
It's only a problem to someone who is trying to take advantage of you. That's who it's a problem.
But that's the crazy thing. It's like I wonder. That's what I wonder. Do people who do that know they doing it? Because sometimes have you ever got around people and at first they was comfortable with you? And then all of a sudden they start being uncomfortable. And it's like, what happened? Now it happens. This happens with me with men all the time. They'll be comfortable with me at first. But then once they start really getting to know me and really know what I do and how I do it and all about me, they just get uncomfortable. And all of a sudden it's like they try to do little nitpicks and digs. And I'm like, what the heck? You know?
And they realize that you're up here, and instead of coming up here, they want you to come down here and meet them. And that's the problem. And it's not a problem with you, it's a problem within them. And they may not know it because we have been conditioned to be a certain way, especially these men, because these women are spoiling these men obsessively.
I was gonna say they may not know, even in terms of like female to female friendships. People just get so used to having folks at a certain level. And when you meet somebody and you really get to know them, you're like, oh, wait a minute, they either they were here with me and they're moving up, or they've always been up here and I didn't realize. And instead of seeing that as a wow, cool, this let me partner with them or let me rise to that level, it becomes a situation where let me pull you down so that I can come, you can be down to my level, and then we can come up together. Or a lot of it is the situation where people are trying to pull you down because they don't really feel like they measure up to you.
And it may not even be that they don't measure up, and maybe it may just be that they're too lazy to do exactly what you did to get where you are. Because where you are, you didn't wake up and say, boom, here I am. You worked for that. And a lot of people don't have the I don't even believe that. I don't believe that people don't have it in them to do it. I believe that they're too lazy to do it, or they don't know that they have it in them to do it. Because a lot of people, everybody is wanting to join me right now. Travel is picking up, is booming like crazy. And they're like, is it hard? please stop using that word, because my life has been an experience and hard. When I woke up at 20 years old and had a kid, one day my daughter was crying, and it was 20. I was 20 and she was just born, and I was at my mom's house and she was crying, and I'm like, who the hell has a baby in this house? And then I woke up all the way and I was like, oh, that's my kid. And so I get up and I go and get my child. And I knew I had to get up and go and get my child. Nobody else was going to get my child. So if something had to happen for my child, I had to go do it. It didn't matter if it was hard. So when people ask me if something hard, I tend to be like, you still got to do it. Exactly. You still have to do it. Do you want, and if you don't want it bad enough to go out there and do any and everything possible, you don't deserve it. And that is a hard truth that people need to hear. Instead of saying is something hard, say, how hard do I want it? Because if you want it hard enough, you're going to go and get it. It doesn't matter what it is. If you want something bad enough, you're going to go and get it. And if you're not willing to break your neck to go get it, you don't deserve it. And that's just it.
That's real. Because I mean, you think about it in terms of finances, in terms of health, in terms of career. It just depends on how bad you want it. So you can compare yourself to somebody else and feel like, oh well, how she get that? Well, she made the sacrifices to get that. Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to do what she did to get that? And half the time, people not.
Exactly. When I ask, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? Like Brianna said, what are you willing to do? If it's not anything and everything, you don't deserve it. And that's just.
Let me find out Boss Lady can sing. Let me find out Boss Lady can sing. We're going to be the new Destiny Child up in here. The plus size version. Yeah. Okay. Yes, honey. We just got to fight over who's going to be Beyonce. And then y'all got to find out who gonna be Michelle. Nobody want to be Michelle. Y'all gonna fight over her. Y'all gonna be like, nah, it's two Kellys in this new version. Yes. Take it back. Oh wow. So Miss Alice has let us know. Alice the Creative. I love that. I'm so glad that I know that is her full title. Okay, so we have an actress and singer in our midst. Come on over and introduce yourselves and let everybody know who you are and what you do.
Cool. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Shavama Joy, and yes, I'm an actress and singer. I'm actually in a play that's happening down the street today at 7 and 9 o'clock. It's called To Have and To Hold. It's at Mr. Reverse's Center at 5050 FM 1960. Yes, so I am in that show. And next weekend on Saturday, if y'all are available, y'all need to look up the show Secrets She Kept, because that show is happening next Saturday as well. And I'm excited to be supporting one of the most amazing boutiques in Houston, the House of Couture Houston, with Miss Betty on her birthday. So
now tell us how we can get tickets for tonight and for next Saturday.
okay. Tickets, if you search those shows online, the titles, they can come up for you. They're both on Eventbrite. So if you search them on Eventbrite, you should find. So tonight is To Have and To Hold, and next Saturday is Secret She Kept.
All right. It does sound good. Thank you so much for stopping by. We got to look you up. We got to follow you on. So, hey, tell everybody how they can follow you on social media.
Yes. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Shavon Majoy. Shavon, Shavon, Majoy, Majoi. Much love.
Say it again, Shavon.
Shavon Majoy, Shavon, and Majoy, Majoi. Joi. Yeah, I'm right there.
There we go.
Yes.
All right, following.
Yes. I just finished 2 films, and one of them I played Dorothy Dandridge in a film called Black Cherie. So that's going to be coming out on Juneteenth, where people can actually go see the film here in Houston.
Wait a minute. So you played the role of Dorothy Dandridge.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was a great experience. I mean, she was the first Black actress featured on Life magazine. I mean, she, paved the way, and she was just so elegant and beautiful and graceful. And so it was just so nice being able to, pay attention to her posture, the way she walked, the way she carried herself, and just how it was so elegant. Women, that, are the examples for us, upcoming actors. So yes, it was a great experience.
Oh wow, I think that is so amazing. I don't think I've ever met anybody in real life who's played like an icon. What did you do to prepare for that role? I mean, I know you probably had to research her, Google
Right,
her,
definitely.
watch film. I mean, did you feel like this gonna sound like a crazy question, but did you feel any of her presence when you were trying to emulate her?
Absolutely. Definitely, because I mean, different statements that she has made, I can definitely relate to. Like one of the things that, like she went to school with Marilyn Monroe. And so of course,
Oh, I never
in
knew
her
that.
time, Marilyn Monroe, that's was it. I mean, even today, you can find shirts with Marilyn Monroe's face on it, but Dorothy Dandridge, Eartha Kitt, all of the, but you're not gonna find anything, and that's gotta
Right.
change. So
That's
I'm like,
got to change.
I'm gonna have to do something about that, because we gotta have to honor all of them. But one thing that she said, the only thing that's the difference between me and her is my skin color.
Yes.
I would be so much more Dorothy Dandridge. Yes. And so it's just so true, because she was just as talented, just as beautiful. And so, yes, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I really love the film, because it's called Black Cherie, which was one of the first um, Black versions of Playboy. You know what I'm saying? And so basically the film is, we're big stars, being presented this opportunity. We turn it down, but we don't feel like we could do that as Black actresses and entertainers, especially at that time, because our acceptance was not the same. But the goal of the men who were trying to create the magazine was to destroy the myth that Black women are ugly and unattractive, because we are the most exquisite diamonds on earth. Okay, there's nothing like a Black woman. I may be a little biased,
That's all right.
but it's okay.
We agree.
We are all beautiful. So yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shavon Joy. Thank you so much for stopping by. The film is called Black Sharif. I cannot wait. When is it debuting again?
Juneteenth of this year.
Oh my God. Let's look out for the premiere. We need to support this film. Yes, we need to support this film. I'm so happy to meet you. Yes, I'm happy to meet you. Thanks so much, Shavon Majoy. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're gonna put all of your information on our Sunny Radio page. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh my God, I'm so inspired by what you said. And you guys, I really like what she said about Dorothy Dandridge, because it's so true that we do not honor our people. Like even some of us be wearing Marilyn Monroe, Betty Boop, and all these people, but what about our people? Yeah, but not on the images that we wear of her. You know what I'm saying? So I like. She was like, "Wait a minute, I heard my name. Hold on." But yes, here I go. But yes, shout out to Shavon Majoy for stopping by. You guys check her out in the play tonight called I forgot what the play was called, but also Secrets to Having to Hold Tonight and Secrets She Kept. Secrets She Kept next week. Yes, we're gonna be. I gotta look out for that. But the film that's coming out, Black Sharif, I'm so interested in that, because if anybody is watching who can do anything for your girl, I have always wanted to play either Vesta Williams or Phyllis Hyman. Now I know I don't got the skin tone for Phyllis. I don't got the height, but work with your girl, because I feel like I can embody both of their tormented talent. And so it was just so great to hear her talking about, playing Dorothy Dandridge. So I'm so excited. Okay, you good. I mean, toward the end of her life, we found out about some of her issues, but I could hear it in her song. I could hear the pain. And so of course Phyllis Hyman, my God, what a beautiful beauty, what a wonderful person and spirit and everything. And I know I'm not light enough to play her, but at the same damn time, Angela Bassett played Tina Turner.
Nina Simone. If they could get Zoe right, if they could do that, then you can definitely do Phyllis Hyman. You'll be fine.
But yeah, I think it was really great to meet Shavon Majoy. Thank you so much, Alice, for tuning us into. Yes. So we found out more wonderful talent that's in Houston, and we really do need to push each other. So with that being said, we are going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
Are you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle but have less than perfect credit? Look no further than Mi Amigo Motors, offering in-house financing to help you build or reestablish your credit. All vehicles are put through a multi-point inspection, and their award-winning customer service and on-site service center will make your buying experience stress-free. I know you got your stimulus check and it's tax refund season, so stop by Mi Amigo Motors today at 9729 Long Point Road or give them a call at 832-548-5927 to reserve your appointment for their VIP approval. Again, that's 832-548-5927. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you. If you're looking for healthy meal prep, family-style meals, or catering for your next event, look no further than the East Traveling Square Kitchen with Chef Square, Alan Phillips, specializing in soul food, family-style dining, and southern flavor. Chef Square can adhere to dietary needs like keto and bariatric meal prep without compromising on taste. Take advantage of weekly meal plans like the Starter Pack, 5 meals for $7. Hey, it's your girl Lisa Dene, and I want to tell you about a product that has changed my life. Rain Premium Sanitary Napkins. Rain products are infused with a Nobel Prize-winning material called graphene. It's the graphene strip that provides the various health benefits that can improve your quality of life during that time of the month. Listen, I've been very loyal to a certain brand of feminine products, but I've never experienced the results I get with Rain products. The difference is in the graphene strip. Using Rain products has totally eliminated the painful cramps I experience, and it can also help balance your body's pH, eliminate harmful bacteria, and help fight fatigue. Graphene moves heat away from your core to keep you cool and comfortable. Ladies, it's time to upgrade your feminine care with products that not only offer protection, but also improve your health and wellness. Place your order today and receive your premium sanitary napkins delivered directly to your door. Visit www.drfcare.com to make your purchase today. And don't forget to mention that your girl Lisa Dene and Stunner Radio sent you.
All right. We are back. This is Stunner in the City. We are here in the House of Couture Houston. And as you can see, the beautiful fashions that are here, we are here to celebrate with the owner of House of Couture Houston, Miss Betty Branch. We are so excited to be here. It's her birthday. Come on out and celebrate with us and get your next wonderful ensemble right here at the House of Couture Houston. It is 4444 Cypress Parkway, Houston, Texas. So we have been here talking with some of the customers and vendors, and we've just been having such a wonderful time here at the House of Couture Houston. I know I have a jacket on. House of Couture Houston. It's a beautiful day in Houston, Texas, and we have some vendors that are outside. We want to welcome you guys and tell you to come on over. You still got time. Let me read one of these comments. Shauna Newsom, watching to support my sis Latriva Heard in Washington. Love ya. Hey, she said, hey, thank you. So now we are here. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay, whenever they're ready, we're gonna start with Miss Linda. Hi. All right, we have the one and only Miss Linda Scott that is in the building. Tell us a little bit about you, who you are, and what you do, just in case y'all don't know. Most of y'all already know, but we're gonna let her give a refresher.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to where we are today. So I am Linda Scott. I am CEO and founder of LS 1426, which LS is Linda Scott. 1426 is big, lovely, beautiful women models between the sizes of 14 to 26.
Yes.
So what I don't even know. I got so much going on. I just started doing custom made jewelry.
Yes.
The pandemic said, okay, since you're sitting home, I need you to do something different. So don't just sit in the house and do absolutely nothing. I'm sitting in the house creating things that I want to do for a long time.
Yes.
So I brought a couple of pieces up. So I don't know if we could how we could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Girl, hush. You got everything already. Okay. Oh, this be me. This be me. So
So tell us about the jewelry. Tell us about, you said it was pandemic. So this is something that you already knew you could do, or you just decided to try it?
It's now I don't want to sound all crazy, but there's nothing that I don't think that I can do. So I actually 3 years ago was with a couple of friends, associates, and I saw some jewelry in the store, and I'm like, I think I can make that. But that was 3 years ago. I never thought about it again. It was just I saw it. Okay, let's do it, and never done it. January of this year, it all came to birth. So it happened just that fast. Yeah. So I started out making bracelet for plus size girls because we don't find bracelet that fits us, that we don't have to pay $1 million for. So I started off with the bracelet, and then it was not like I got bored, but I said, okay, we can take it to the next level, and I started making the sets, and I am really enjoying myself with this. It has really been um, everything and some.
Shauna says, "Hello, Miss Scott. My girls model some of your jewelry for you at the fashion show a long, long, long time back with Big Girls Rock too." This is Shauna Newsom. One of mine.
What? Okay, okay, all right. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Good. So,
Yes. So it's yeah, they're in there good. So I think it's amazing because I agree that the pandemic, it kind of brought a lot of things out of people. Not that you didn't know you could do it, but it pushed us to try to go further, go further and do more. And I think it's great that you didn't just sit around and was like, oh, when we gonna go outside? I'm bored. We're gonna do. And then you came up with another form of creativity and expressing yourself. So I was sitting here giggling to myself and smiling watching Miss Linda talk because there's some people that you meet in your life that are very memorable. And I'm gonna tell you a story about Miss Linda. I don't think I will ever forget this as long as I live. So she had came to the radio show when we were at GMT Radio, and we all did what we normally do, go to Chacho's and eat after the show. Now let me tell you something about Miss Linda. I have never seen anybody do this. So, she's one of those people that I feel like is like me. Everybody compliment her. Because first of all, she's tall, and when she comes in a room, she comes in a room. Okay. And people are just gonna compliment you. She's used to that. Ain't no big deal. So a lady came by and was like, "Oh, girl, I love that dress. Give me that dress." She said, "Okay," and gave the woman the dress. And the crazy thing is, I was looking at the woman like, "Girl, you can't fit that." So what you talking about, Willis? You ain't gonna be able to fit into that dress. But she was like, okay. Went and they traded, and what she put on Miss Linda wasn't nothing but what she got from Miss Linda. And I just thought that was amazing because it was first of all, it was a show of love to a stranger that you don't know, and it impressed me because first it left an impression on me because as black women I feel like why not, if she wanted to give it
And she wanted to receive it.
and you don't know what that did for that woman. You never know what that could have done for that woman. And I encourage us all, do, if you feel the urge or the spirit move you to do something outrageous, do it, because that woman ain't never gonna forget that. I never forgot, and I wasn't even a participant of it, but it encouraged me to, if you feel the need to do something that other people may be ashamed to do or think is crazy, do it, because some in you is telling you that you should do that. And it left an impression on me because sometimes I want to do acts of kindness that's outrageous, but I'd be like, nah, people gonna think I'm crazy, or I'm not gonna do that. But honest to God, I never told you this, but ever since I seen you do that, I've been more freer. I've done things like sometimes if I go out to eat, I'll just go by myself. So my bills look like $10, $15, whatever. And sometimes I'll feel something telling me leave a $40 tip. I will never do it because I'll be like, shoot, nah. But when I seen her do that, I was like, you know what? I don't know why something is telling me to do this. I'm gonna do it. It's not gonna hurt me. And I just appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that.
I don't. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I remember that evening. You asked me, do I remember? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But when you said that, I'm like, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. But that's everything that you just said in a nutshell. Because if we don't pass on whatever it is, we don't know what tomorrow holds for ourselves. And not only will we be that blessing for that person, but that person have already blessed you as well. So you get more when you give. So I I didn't even know that.
And that left an impression on
My
me.
first one last night. I did. Hers is. Oh wait. Okay, wait. I just did it, and I was like, "So now, what is your size?" She was like, "I don't know." I said, "I don't know either," and I did it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I loved it. I loved that. I thought it was absolutely beautiful." I'm gonna show you a picture.
Because that is a struggle. The ankle bracelets. Yeah, even more than the wrist. The ankle bracelets are a struggle. Especially if your ankles swell.
I'm not scared. To show y'all my big, huge. Hold up, because y'all can't see my hand.
You do it to the camera. Mm-mm. Oh, okay, I see. But I think it's because you're probably retaining water. Yes. Okay. Now we see, and everybody sees. She said, "I ain't shame of my ankles."
It's mine.
Yes.
It's mine. But this is the one that I did. The ankle bracelet last night, and then the matching bracelets to go with it.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah.
I don't really wear orange jewelry, but I would definitely wear that.
And I most
Give me
definitely
some
will get
hearts and
that.
butterflies.
Okay.
Yes. She's excited.
And I am too, because it's like we don't get that opportunity, and that's why I keep 1426 on the end of everything, because it's for us plus size girls who needs and want to look good. We want to stay in the fashion scene, but you limit us to we can't do this, we can't. Yeah, so that's where I am right there. Thank you.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Y'all got it.
Do you still do the swimsuit thing?
I haven't, of course, like nobody has done anything this year, but I just did a calendar, 2021. So I don't know if you guys saw that. It, oh my God, y'all miss it anyway. But yeah, from the uh,
I never was old enough to do it.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely not.
Mhm.
A two-piece for Jamaica. Oh my God.
yeah. It's. Let me see if I can find some pics, and I'll get Lisa. Lisa, I'll get you one so you could I'll get you one so that you can have your own. I gotta find it. These are like some of the girls that are in the calendar. So
Oh wow.
yes, these are
This is 2021.
2021.
Yeah, I need one of those calendars.
Yeah, 21.
Wow.
And it's not your average calendar. It is showcasing plus size girls. Um and the numbers are at the bottom with the date and also and who the girl is and so forth. Let me see.
Wow.
Yeah, but this yeah. So yeah, I'm getting ready. Okay.
Yeah, let us know. We got to have you back on the show. We got to have some of the models on. I think even now more than ever. Although plus size modeling is more popular, it's still regular women still feel some type of way about being plus size. So I think it's still important to showcase us, how we look.
But and then people forget that we are a mother, a sister, a cousin, a aunt, a banker, a preacher. We're teaching, lawyers. We're all these people, but you don't recognize that. And for what reason I don't know, because we're the brain behind everything. So we're not beautiful just because you're fat. No, we have everything that you need. If you just stop and take a moment and go and deal with who we are as a person, not looking at the outer. We're some of the healthiest people because you're looking at thin people and go, oh, okay, they're healthy. They're not. You're looking at us and go, oh, she's not healthy, but we are. There's it, yeah, right. See, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So it's a misunderstanding of the whole thing. The myth is so crazy and so backwards, but we are healthy, we are beautiful, and we're very talented.
Yes, absolutely. And how can they come and find your designs? Are you always here at the House of Couture, Houston?
I will come anytime. Better call for me. I'm here. But they can find me on social media under Linda Scott Houston, Linda Scott 1426. Anything with 1426 and Linda Scott, it'll pop up.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for stopping by and telling us about your jewelry. And I mean, it's just good to see you. It's good to see you. You know, it's crazy how Houston is big, but it's little. It's a big little city. Yeah, it really is. So you guys, if you want to follow Linda, go on Linda Scott 1426, Linda Scott Houston, and Linda Scott on all social media platforms.
Linda S. Jewelry 1426. You can find anything.
I just love it. I love that you're doing jewelry. I think that everybody should find something else. And what I learned is that, you know, there's always more to discover about yourself. As you get older and as you mature, it's almost, I'm going to do some baking. Like my next act is going to be a baking. I want to do the baking championships. So it's going to be my next act. I cannot wait. Yes, I'm going to do the baking championships. So it's exciting. Anything else you want to tell people before you leave us?
No, I just want to say hi to everybody and follow me and I'll follow you. And I wish everybody the best of luck. This is our time. This is our time.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. And I don't know your name, but I know you're the Mary Kay vendor with us today. So you can introduce yourself and tell our people who you are and what you do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rhonda Lewis, and I am a Mary Kay consultant. I am ageless beauty Mary consultant. I come out and I do events. Host parties, and I give you what you need. So if you need a free facial or any samples, follow me on Facebook at Rhonda MKA Game Changers. That's Rhonda at MKA Game Changers. Thank you.
All right, Miss Rhonda. And what is the hot item right now for Mary Kay? What is the must-have item that we need?
Right now, the must have is our new Mary Kay perfume, and it's called If You Believe. If you believe.
Okay, so if you believe you sexy, you need to get it. If you believe you fine, you need to get it. If you believe you know, rich, whatever you believe, you need to go and pick that up. Yes, get it. Yes. Now, if you believe you ugly, come on over to Stunner Radio. We gonna help you. Yeah, we gonna help you with your beliefs because that one ain't right. Yes, Miss Rhonda gonna help you with a facial if you believe you're ugly. Because you know, good skin is everything. Oh, I want to ask you something because sometimes black women we think we just born with good skin. We need to take care of our skin too, right?
You need to wash twice a day. I recommend Mary Kay, but whatever you're using, use it twice a day. And you need to have, we're black people and we don't believe we need SPF, but that's sunscreen. You need sunscreen. So whatever you're using, I hope it's Mary. I wish it was Mary Kay, but use sunscreen.
All right, and tell them how they can find you one more time.
I'm on Facebook at Rhonda at MKA Game Changers. And my website is www.mk.com/72174.
You have to think about it. I already know. It's a whole bunch of
So, yeah.
yeah.
Wait, what number is
It be like that sometimes. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and you're going to be out here until what time?
I don't know till we get ready to go.
All right.
Till we leave.
Well, we'll be here
Until what?
till the street lights come on. So thank you, ladies, for having me, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. We're at the House of Couture Houston, and you guys help me with the address 4444
Cypress Creek Parkway.
Cypress Creek Parkway. You still got time to come out here, and I just want y'all to know that I've been drinking. That's why I'm a little, you know, a little talking. Yeah.
Told me that it was right next to Chicago Bar and Grill. I would have knew exactly where it was.
So you be at Chicago Bar and Grill?
My second wedding reception was there.
Oh, okay. Me and the boss lady, we got these numbers. We got these numbers. You think about them husband. Wait a minute, my first husband, no, second. Yeah, yeah. What you say, Miss Alice? All three of them. All three of them. All three of them. Still holding. We still holding. Holding on to receive the news. I'm just saying. Help me make this move. That's what Harry said.
It's been some days I didn't know where my next husband
What my next husband? But I believed God. He was gonna send me another husband. If you believe, come on and get this new fragrance. Come on and get this new fragrance from Mary Kay, and you too can get your next husband. I mean, if you believe, that's right. All things are possible. Now, what is the last vendor that's out here? It's the cakes. The cakes, yes.
Infused wedding cake, okay? Infused with your favorite liquor.
Awesome.
Is this mic on?
Did the DJ call you about our plans for our opening grand opening?
He sure did. Yes, yes. So I am the missus.
All right. We want y'all for April 10th. Yes. Yes.
So we will be out. We ship, cater, and deliver. We do birthday parties, wedding parties, gender reveal. I just got out party. Whatever you divorce parties. Yes, I believe party. We do church parties because Jesus did turn the water into wine. Yes, yes. My favorite cake, because I don't drink, is the Bougie Bee. It's the peach moscato. It's one of the lightest ones. Yes, okay. My mom, she doesn't drink, but she likes rum cake. Okay. So his have a little real rum, the Bacardi rum cake. So and that's we have bottom shelves, top shelves, and VIP and VVIP. Ship, cater, and deliver. Been in business for almost 9 years. We're getting our second location opening. Thank you in April the 27th. Storefront off of 1960 in Ella. It was founded by African American Marine veteran. Okay. And so we do get a lot of veterans that come through that support. Of course, our Black people support, and all the alcohol people that like, I don't say alcoholics, but the people who enjoy liquor, their spirits. Yes. There you go.
Lifting
Exactly.
of the spirit.
Yes, yes. So this is the third party that we're supposed to be doing for the House of Couture. We are busy. We do 40 events a month. So today we were free. We was actually free. We did have 3 other events that we were going to go to, but he was like, I owe it to her. So he's at the bakery now baking up because he bakes every other day because we sell out just that quick.
Let me talk to you real quick. So you are the missus. So we have a show on Stunner Radio called Love and Entrepreneurship. So we talk to, this is the host of the show, Miss Lisa, the boss lady, and she is an entrepreneur with her husband. So we interview a lot of couples that are entrepreneurs together. So talk to us a little bit about that. Were you both entrepreneurs when you came together, or who made who into an entrepreneur?
Yes. So I am a cosmetologist for over 20 years. I know I look like I'm 20. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cosmetologist. Yeah. And I also do home health care. So I have 2 businesses. I came in business with him last year in June when he was trying to open up. He was trying to do franchise. I came in there, with my expertise. I think I'm a jack of all trades, a master of whatever I want to be. Yes, several.
A master of women. That's
yes,
what we are.
yes.
Master of women.
So I say, oh no, this is not going to work. We're not going to franchise. I'm going to be your number 1, and we're going to make you number 1 in Houston. At that time, he was like, who is this lady coming into my thing? We took a break, which I'm glad that we did, because if we would have never took that break, we would have never got together, because I kept everything professional. He kept everything professional business. We got together in December COVID, had us staying in and not seeing nobody, and I don't want to go to see nobody. I took care of my 92-year-old grandmother. So he seen the business in me. I always admired him because he would always talk about Miss Patty, his late wife, that actually, put them on the map. She said, "Hey, you leave that 9 to 5 job working for them people that's never gonna business that's never gonna be yours." So he ended up baking a cake for her family. He has a long story. Her family didn't like him, but they like alcohol and cake. So they made a cake. That was his way in. The best rum cake. A week later, he made cake for her office party because she's an engineer. So $20,000, I think, in 1 month. She said, "Quit your job." And so when I came into the business last year, he seen my business ethic. I loved his business ethic, and then his passion for his late wife. He was still going through a little grieving process, and so from then and there, we both merged together, and so it's a wonderful thing. I did not find out that his birthday is a day before mine. We almost act just alike, and there's any Geminis out there. God bless us spirits, but we actually get along, all four of us. I don't believe in all that signs and stuff like that. But yes, I was a business owner and still is. I have my salon and healthcare, home healthcare. So if anybody that's taking care of elderly people and they want to know how to get paid.
Well, I really love what you said about his passion for his late wife, because some people want you to forget folks. When I'm the new wife, I don't want to hear about that. But I think that's really wonderful because, you know, that person ain't no threat. I mean, my God. And you cannot erase somebody from somebody's heart. And okay, real talk.
And I always give praise and thanks to her because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been able to come into this. And he able to just give his whole life over to me. And I have to stay thankful and prayed up for that because last year, not 20 but 2019, I was blessed with my own house paid for that my grandmother left for me, brand new house. So I'm always giving thanks to him first.
I think that's wonderful because I have, I talk to people all the time who feel like they can't even bring up their person, the person that passed away or whatever. And sometimes it ain't even a husband or a wife. Sometimes it's just a boyfriend or somebody that you knew, and the person they with is insecure and they feel like, okay, they're not here anymore. Why do I have to keep hearing about them? So I just love the fact that you like that you're like encourage that and you're grateful to her. That's wisdom. That's wisdom that a lot of women need, like for real. People, you're right, because men too.
Everybody that's around us. So it's all about me, me, me. So it's not to be selfish, but let me step outside the box. Yes. And who's to say what's outside that box waiting for you? That's a joy and a blessing. Right. So to you, I say welcome because that's like my little brother. So I said to him, now somebody keeping you away from me. I ain't heard from you calling me, or. So now I know what it is. So and I'm so happy to meet and see you. Yes, keep up the good work.
Oh, that's what's up. That is beautiful. And you got to get on the show. You got to book them on your show. Because the thing about it, we talk a lot about people coming into your life and changing your life, and sometimes you have a calling that you're supposed to do, but you haven't met that person yet that's going to take you to that next step. And I think people have to be open to meeting people and be open to understand that person gonna come into your life and things is gonna change. I mean, Lisa the boss lady know what she has done for her husband. Yeah,
because you have to, like you said, be thankful for that because if it wasn't for that person, then they wouldn't be the man that you need. My ex-husband, my husband's late wife, she helped him become a good husband for me. So of course I'm always grateful. There's no salt. I was salty while she was alive. When he married her, I was salty at that point. But I mean, it was never no like I don't like her. None of that, because who he is a lot to do with her. So I can't do anything but be grateful to who she was and their marriage together.
I love, yes, both of them. I love it. It's wonderful, the wisdom that y'all carry, and maybe you don't even know it. And that's why we do this. That's why we have this platform to help other women understand certain things, that because our community have changed. It used to be you will sit down around the table with your elders and they tell you this stuff. It ain't like that no more. You get it how you live now. You get it from social media, you get it from TV, and our young people need to know this is the wisdom that they need to hear. You don't have to. And the crazy thing about it is, sometimes you don't even know what you're going to hear or what you're going to see or who you're going to meet. You just think, I'm just going to the House of Couture Houston. You don't even know that you're going to be an impact on somebody's life. So
always have to be me being, and it's funny because my brother and I was talking about, hey, we are the elders now. I'm like, ooh, dude, we are.
So we gotta be,
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah, it's a whole different, world here now. So we did have Big Mama and them back in the days who told us, put a slip on, who told us, hey, do this right here. Right. So that was old
them
school.
tights, your shirt
Yeah,
gonna
so come up.
under them tights. Them tights are not made to be
Like,
on top.
right.
Yes,
So, but now we are that person. But it's how we speak to our young people that makes a big difference. So we are the elders, and I'm so grateful that you are here saying this is the round table and this is what we're doing, and we're speaking about this and we're speaking about that, and giving them the energy that they need. So it's a bit when you count the House Couture, ain't no telling what you're gonna get.
yes, you never know what you're going to get. Yes.
You never know. She is truly an amazing person who magnets draw in people that needs to be drawn together. So, girl, I ain't seen you and win.
I know, like,
Right. So we were like,
I
Lisa,
know it's
Linda.
the time.
Yeah. So, but everything happened for a reason. For a reason.
It's crazy because I was thinking that too about being older. Like when you're young, you never pictured this. You just think you're gonna be young, and then it just hits you all of a sudden. Oh my God, I'm old. Not old, but you know what I'm saying. I'm a certain age. I'm of a certain age. You know what I mean? Yes, and then you realize what comes with that, and you be like, wow.
But there's good benefits. There's good benefits of getting older because the wisdom that you have that you passed on. The key thing is you do not hold that wisdom that you have, that you pass it forward. That's the key.
That is the key, and that's what I said earlier about Miss Linda. Like when she did what she did at that restaurant, like the lady was just joking. Maybe she wasn't just joking. She was like, "Oh, girl, let her give me that dress." She was like, "Okay." Do you know how much of an impression that left on me? And that's the kind of thing that we have to do. We have to, be who we are in front of people, because you don't know, you may change their whole course of your life. Instead of you worrying about, well, I ain't gonna be like this because they may judge me. Be who you are, because you do not know who you're impacting. Just like her with Bunk Cakeaholic, she could have just came here and talked about the business. And when I said, "Oh, so you the Mrs. Baba," she could have been like, "First of all, this is none of your business." No, you all in my personal. But look, her sharing that, opened up some discussion and really gave us more information that somebody need to hear. That somebody needs to hear.
story, with how we met, our lives, and the paths that it took, and how it got us together now. Because like somebody had told me, the way to a woman's heart is through her dad, and him and my dad are best friends. They play chess till the sun comes up. So that's really a blessing to get a man that loves your dad. Yeah, with my father. Yes.
That is a blessing. I haven't found that yet. Well, yeah, I actually did find it. My third husband. Like they communicate more than he communicate with his own darn child. You need to check on your son, sir. But anyway, we're not gonna get personal. But I'm just saying, you're right. Getting along with your father. But anyway, y'all take the mic because, like I said, I've been drinking.
She been drinking. So the with the you do have any cakes that are not infused with alcohol?
Yes, we do non-alcoholic. We do kid parties also.
Okay,
He's
okay.
a Floyd DJ, so sometimes when we're at kid events, he has the I mean, the kids
Baby
they just
shark
like your
stuff,
baby
yeah.
shark, and so yeah, we do non-alcohol cakes. We used to cake pops, but now he's trying to get donuts infused
Oh,
with cakes. And because
ooh,
Look, ain't nobody gonna lose no weight.
who's supposed to go to work after drinking eating a donut and having a cup of coffee? Who's supposed to make it? That's what I'm saying. How am I supposed to function?
so we have the triple chocolate Kahlua mudslide. And so instead of having your donuts in the morning, you have your triple chocolate Kahlua mudslide and your coffee.
See,
Or you slap your mama rum or your amaretto.
so I can go to work and be
And go to work and slap
and be
somebody
messed
mama.
up. Right,
Spirit.
right.
Lord.
I'm like super excited about that. I can't wait for y'all to come on the tent. We're gonna get crunk.
I'm
Okay.
so excited.
What Latriva say? Ass is shaking.
Ass is shaking.
It
is wiggling.
Because I'm just as goofy as he is, and he's just as goofy as I am.
That's so good.
I love
to
that.
have fun. I be about it. I mean, in there just dancing by myself. I don't need nobody.
That's so
but
cool.
it attracts people.
Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Somebody be having a bad day, and she talk to me.
yes. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah. Enjoy.
Get you a free sample.
I'm so excited for you
So-
guys. That makes me feel like inspired, just to hear your story, hear what you guys have going on. And it's so similar, to my situation with my husband. He had a situation like that where his wife passed away. And at first it did seem like it was going to be a difficult situation. It seemed like, oh my gosh, we'll never get, I didn't even think that we would ever be together. But he had to heal, he had to grow, but all the things that he learned and the happiness that he had in his second marriage makes our marriage better. It makes us, okay, well, I know what I had here, so let me do better than that right now. And I think that's important. And I think a lot of people do get stuck on, oh, let's not talk about that, oh, let's not bring that up, oh, why are you bringing that up? And I think that is, we need to normalize talking about things and getting that therapy out there, because a lot of things are that we keep inside we shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it could have been a challenge with us, but just me growing over the years and the different things that I've been through, it's not a lot of strong women out here. They be like, oh no, I don't want to deal with a man that's still grieving from a late, or I don't want to deal with because he can't fully give his heart over to me or whatever. But come on, you know what I'm saying? Um, I know our grandmother and they were strong women. I'm not saying to do this, ladies, but back in the day, they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have phones. The men would go out and work, and they didn't call them all day, and they come back and they bring the bread. She wouldn't call them. What you doing? Them do it. Them face chat you. What you doing? And all of this. And sometimes that can um be something that hurts relationships nowadays because I hadn't talked to you in an hour. What was you doing? Or some stuff like that. And with him, just to come back to that, sometimes I know he needs that quiet time, and I know if he's getting upset, I'm not taking it personal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being that strong woman.
Everybody needs that quiet time.
Yeah.
Everybody needs it.
I love that. I think not only is it important that she be like the woman that she is, but I think it's important that we talk about it. It's important that we showcase this kind of stuff because like you said, back in the day, our grandmothers and stuff, they were strong women, and sometimes we feel like they put up with a lot of stuff, but at the same time, they kept the family together. Now, I ain't saying put up with no abuse or nothing like that, but sometimes we throw people away for stupid stuff. We throw people away for stupid stuff. Oh, he don't make this much money, and he don't call me, he don't text me. I mean, come on. I think we have to start looking at each other as human beings. He's a human being, so maybe he can't, like you said. People say, "Oh, he can't give me his heart fully." You can't. You don't need everything today. I mean, be patient, because reality is most people can't give you their heart fully, whether they had a spouse that passed on or not, because we all still dealing with something, so I think that is such wisdom that we all need to use in relationships. And what I love about Stunner Radio, if I must plug Stunner Radio, is that we talk about things that a lot of people don't talk about, because for whatever reason, as Black people, we don't start getting like, oh, we don't talk about that, or that's my personal business. But the thing is, you can help somebody.
But you put it all up on, on all social media for attention. You know what I'm saying?
Why you in my business? You told me you put it up there.
Or sometimes we only want to talk about negative.
Right. Oh, right. But that's how the world is. Like we was talking about giving good advice or give godly advice, because good is what the world wants us to be. Like good is what the world is making it, but what about godly? Right. And it's like once you start talking about God and they want to be like, oh no, say that for Sunday or something like that. Well, God didn't say that about you when he woke you up this morning, this Wednesday or Thursday, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just me. I mean, I'm the type of person I can have fun. Lord forgive me. I listen to my church music, and then right next to me, I'm cutting somebody out because they didn't cut me off. I say, God, you still working on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a realist. I'm a real person. I'm not perfect, but you know what I'm not doing? I'm not constantly doing sin at the sin, sin the same thing. Right. I'm saying, God, help me with this. You know what I'm saying? But
talk to them demons.
So you so silly. So one of the things that I wanted to say is like I'm appreciating these conversations and meeting all of these different entrepreneurs, because that, like, thinking about having my own business. Okay. Thank you. Thinking about having my own business or doing anything other than working for somebody else had never really crossed my mind before I became a part of Stunner. Like, I never thought about, like, literally, when I tell y'all small town, just all you're going to do is work for somebody else. Like, and nobody told me this. This is just kind of what I grew up thinking. Like, okay, finish school, get a job, work for somebody. And so it wasn't until I met Lisa that I saw that a woman could do the things that she's doing. And then consistently, like everybody that we've had on the show is moving and shaking and doing something entrepreneurial to build their own wealth and their own story. And so I consider it a privilege to sit, but I literally don't have anything to say because I don't have that experience. And so I'm just constantly taking in what Betty has said and what Miss Linda has said and what you're always saying. And I'm just like, I don't even know where to start. I'm waiting on the business that I'm supposed to do to come to be, because I feel like y'all are all making deposits. Y'all are all like, I'm getting these pieces. And but what I'm saying, oh my God. Okay, I receive it.
Stop telling yourself what you're not ready for. You already doing it. Yeah.
For real, because I'm just like, okay, but that's not.
That's it. That's your gift. I mean, I've been trying to tell you that. It's like all day.
It's so, because I'm just like, look at this. Look at this.
Give me this. Give me this.
Look at these.
I'm finna be your therapist. I'm finna be your therapist, because this is what I do. Okay. And I ain't even had no drinks yet. But all day I've been listening to you doubt you. Earlier today, I listened to you doubt you about looks or about this weight. Now I'm listening to you doubt you about what you're supposed to do or about the entrepreneurial. Everything that you're supposed to do is already there. You already have it. Screw what some jackass told you you're supposed to look like. Screw what the society or the world told you you're supposed to have for an entrepreneurial. So we all have this thought process built up in our mind for what we think we're supposed to do. Your gift is the talent that you do every week when you sit with these ladies. Yes. When you sit with Lisa, when you sit with, I'm sorry, what's your name again, sweetie? Lisa and Lisa. Lisa. You sit with Lisa and Miriam. You sit with these ladies every week and you talk. You talk about stuff. And I've sat with you all before. This is not my first time. And y'all just bounce off. Y'all don't always have a script that you follow. That ain't an easy thing to do. You know, some people get in front of a camera or a microphone and they freeze because it's like, what am I going to say? What am I going to talk about? And you guys don't do that. Y'all just off the cuff, you fly off and you do it. That's a gift. Yeah. So don't deny yourself the gift that God has clearly given you. Yes. Take the gift that God gave you and run with it. Run, and I mean sprint. So I don't care if, and there's so many different avenues that you can go down with that gift. That gift may be writing. That gift may be to sit and do this show with other women, but the gift may be to branch off and do your own version of a show. A show don't always start big with a network. Sometimes a show starts on freaking Facebook Live. Sometimes a show starts on YouTube, with your own YouTube channel. Take the gift and do it. That's your entre, and stop denying yourself because you think you don't look like this. You don't look Do you know that Oprah did not look like the Oprah that you see now? Let me bring you back because I'm from Chicago. Look, when she was when it was AM Chicago, Oprah was busted. She didn't have as much hair on her head as you have. She didn't have no wardrobe for clothes. She didn't have no wardrobe for makeup. She took over from a guy called Rob Weller. And she did not look good at all. Oprah looked good now because she got money for wardrobe. Some people started to help her. So don't Wendy Williams didn't look good. So if you want to sit up and doubt yourself about I don't have this, I don't have that, let me tell you something. Dollar signs helps a whole lot. So if you worried about that, you take the raw talent because you got raw talent, girl. I've been listening to you all day. You just thinking that I've been running around, not listening, helping people, making some drinks. Yeah, I've been making drinks for other people all day and giving people some clothes. Yes, I have. But I also been listening to you. You have raw talent. And this is for every woman that's listening out here. Stop. Is my hair straight? Cause sometimes my hair be sticking up and I don't be knowing it's sticking up. I be having an alfalfa moment, but because that happened to me earlier today. But for every woman that's out here listening, every little girl that's out here listening, and for every man and boy that's out here listening, stop denying yourself. We are all a work in progress. We are all working to become better, but you never get there until you start. And you are never so you start, you do it, and stop worrying if I'm not fabulous enough, if I'm not thin enough. I worry, is my stomach too big? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get that surgery. I'm gonna get that took care of. But until such time, I'm gonna put my girdle on and my shapewear and jack that thing up, and we gonna work through this here. It's fine. Y'all gonna say, "Oh, Betty look good today." Now, after I get through with that photo shoot, I'm gonna take that thing off, and everything gonna them biscuits gonna come out. You know how that biscuit come out the biscuits come out the can, and you be like, it's gonna all just come out. So you stop worrying about yourself. You beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Well, somebody else tell us she beautiful.
But how do we monetize it? But one thing about amazing is always
How do you monetize it?
yes. So it's like, how do I translate? Because that's the other thing. It's like I haven't been taught money management to know like how do you make this from a hobby into something that can sustain you.
Oh, girl, you're so cute in that over there. Okay, first of all, here's something that I realize as I'm getting older and being in business for myself. You start to surround yourself with other people that are going to help you in the areas that you have deficiencies in. You don't have to know everything. I don't know everything, but what I've done is my accountant is also my best friend, and that is the person need to be your best friend. you know your accountant need to be the person that you talk to about what you're trying to do, and make sure that your accountant is actually a CPA. Don't get you one of these people that say they're accountant but they don't really know what the hell they talking about. Get yourself another friend that's a banker and a financial planner that can help you to move into the directions of things that you want to do. Because if I can just be real here, people of color often don't do that. So you want to get your credit right. You want to get your life right. No, everybody credit ain't right, but do some things to start taking some steps to get your stuff right. Get your CPA to help you start planning what you need to do with your business. If you really don't know what you want to do, hell, get yourself a life coach. I don't think you need one, but get yourself one if you really need that. And like I said, go for it. Stop doubting yourself and surround yourself with real people. You already got two or three cheerleaders right here.
Like since I've met them, this is the most kind of
Like you got
encouragement I've had. That's why
cheerleaders,
it's
like
I have so many questions, and so it's like every week I learn something, and a little bit more of me is like, well, how?
hold on. Let me see that, Bridget.
So
No, I don't like that.
well, I think it's wonderful. I want to read. I love it.
I like that, but not that.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Mhm. All right. So y'all see I'm multitasking. So sorry when I look away and I'm looking at a customer with clothes on. I am so sorry. Not that I mean to not. Yes. But anywho, I'm gonna kind of bounce back out and let y'all do y'all thing. Much love and thank you all for being part of House of Couture today and for allowing me to jump in.
Having us. It's been so great. I love it here. Yeah, it's been really awesome. So Shauna said, you better listen to them. She said, yes, tell her. Yes, I've told her too. She is a strong, beautiful, talented woman. She says she is compassionate and caring. And she also says conversation comes natural to her. Preach. So Shauna is in agreement with everything. But see, here's the thing, it's so crazy because what people don't understand, when you are multi-talented, it's more of a burden than anything. Like people tell me all the time, oh, why you don't put out more music? Why do you look? I got so many things that I could do. So, but you gotta pick and choose. Like I'm only one person, and then you do have those moments of self doubt. But what you have to do is be patient with yourself. When it comes to monetizing, you have to be patient. I knew Stunner Radio wasn't not gonna make no money for probably the first 3 years. I'm good with that. I'm ready to finance Stunner Radio, do what it takes because I'm trying to leave this for my children. So it's more than just right now. Like it's a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 20-year plan, and that's how you got to look at it. It's like whatever I need to do to finance this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have the patience and the wherewithal to see this through. But I think that you just have to really bet on yourself like you never did before. And that's what I'm doing. Believe you me, it's many times when I'm like, girl, let that go. Because that's a whole situation. Let that go and just do you. But I can't. It is what I'm here to do. I know it without a shadow of a doubt. So once you know that, you just got to go with it. You got to bet on yourself and you got to just stick to it. You got to stay focused. But what Betty said is so true. You have to surround yourself with people who can feel you, who understand what you're going through, and who are there with you. Because what Boss Lady will tell you is when people work a 9 to 5, nothing against 9 to 5ers, but when that's all they do not get you. They don't understand they don't understand putting off paying a bill to invest in your business. They're like, what you mean? You better pay that bill. I need to invest in my business above everything. My son was telling me about a story about Elon Musk. And I don't know if everybody has heard the story, but we all know who he is, right? Everybody knows who Elon Musk is. Well, there was a certain time in his life when he was a young man that he put so much into his business that he could not pay his rent. And he had to go around asking people to pay his rent for him. And people were like doubting him, like, why would you do that? That's not smart. Pay your rent first. But look who he is now. And look where he at now. Because he bet on himself. And that's what you got to do.
So I'm just grateful. And I said that to say that I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to listen and learn, because there have been people that have said things and given me advice in the past that I was very much in that position where it was like, I don't see how I'm supposed to save this and put this to the side if I have credit cards and loans or whatever. So I'm grateful that I'm with Black women, because I also know that I don't listen to men all the time. So I'm grateful that I have the two of you that are dropping these nuggets, that there is a love in entrepreneurship, to be able to have somebody who doesn't even have an ear for entrepreneurship to somewhere where we can sit and listen and find a place where we can learn. Because what I've learned from the two of you or just being here is that I want my own. Like, I don't want to be beholden to somebody else, because this pandemic has shown you, like, okay, yeah, shit shuts down and the employer is looking out for themselves first. And as the employee, you're hoping somebody has mercy on you, versus I am the employer of myself. Let me figure out what I need to do to make it do what it do. And you already have that mindset of hustling, versus somebody who's always been used to getting a check, who's sitting there like, now what? So I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for the lessons that I'm getting, because a lot of times we don't have these kind of conversations happening in our day-to-day lives, because everybody else is in the rat race just like you, if you don't have like-minded people.
So I want to piggyback a little bit. Another thing that I have heard you sit here and do is tell yourself what you can't do, tell yourself what you don't have, tell yourself all the things. I need to get it together. It's never together. Ever. It's never ever together. If you're waiting to get it together before you start it, you will never start it, because it will never be together. Because every single time that you're this close to being together, something else is going to happen. And you know how they say when you're about to have a breakthrough, that's when the enemy will attack you. Every time, each time, anytime. I have so many people that come to me, and I'm gonna just take it back to my travel business, that come to me about the travel business. Oh, I want to do it. Oh, but that's $200, and I'm like, it is. But what I get on the 10th of the month for the past 4 years is more than $200 that I spent one time. Oh, well, as soon as I get this together, then I'm gonna do it. But when they got this together, this came. And what happens with us is we always think we have to have all our ducks in a row. We have to gather all our bags before we run across the street. You better run across that street. And you better get it and learn it later. Learn it as you go. Because for one, none of us know we don't know what we finna say. We don't sit here and we are unscripted. Okay. We're always unscripted. Love and entrepreneurship, stay unscripted. Okay. She'd be like, we stay unscripted. So you don't tell yourself what you can't do. You can jump out here tonight and get on live and start talking. And that's where you build your base.
Let me say this. This is so true, because I have to say this because it's so funny. This is like a full circle moment for me, because I was in your shoes at GMT Radio. It seemed like every show became about me. And I got frustrated, like, it's not about me. Why everybody talking about me? But look at me now. Like, I needed to do this. This was it. But I was always doubting myself. I was always like, well, this is, I'm trying to figure this out. And the show will always turn. And even guests, co-hosts, everybody doing what they doing to you. They be like, you need to. And I be like, first of all, okay, why y'all talking to me? Why is this turning into like a counseling session? But it's beautiful, because one thing I will say is that when that's burning thing is inside of you, like crying out for answers, you are there. You don't know it though, but that's when you're there. Because when you're not there, you're just like floating. You're happy working a job. You're happy doing whatever. But when it's something burning in you, you can't hardly sleep. Like, you're not peaceful. You just like, something is missing. I got to do this. I got to do that. And sometimes you're just searching for, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do this. It's like Boss Lady said before, I'm going to sell American. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to sell Barrel Can. I'm going to sell Travel. I'm going to do, because you're looking, that you're there already. That's what you understand. You're already there. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, your moment going to happen. And it happens. It happened for me, because I was that person all over the place. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden it just, boom, that's what you're supposed to do. This right here. And it was so like not what I thought it would be, because I thought it was going to be, singing and doing the thing. But no, it's Stunner Radio. I'm like, what? it. I didn't think this would be it. But the more I'm doing it, the more I realize why it is what it is. Because not only is it for me, it's for everybody. It's for other people. It's for other people. It is a platform to help grow people. And you know, it's not about me. And so that's the beauty of it, because looking at you and hearing people say to you everything they used to say to me, it's crazy. Because I'm like, dang, I've been where she at right now. Like, I was so doubting myself, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And the same thing that Miss Betty said to you was said to me. What you doing right now? That's your gift. That's what you're supposed to do. Sit there and talk to people. And I was like, huh? I felt like it's so easy. That's what I do all day. Like, how is that it? But it's so the only thing, but what I will say is that sometimes everybody don't understand that. So you have to be comfortable walking alone, and that ain't easy. Let me tell you something. Every day I be questioning, because walking alone is very hard. But when you are going after your calling, and when you're doing that one thing that you're meant to do, there are some days you're gonna do it alone, and that is what it is. It's okay. It is what it is, and you just gotta take it in stride and bet on yourself and have faith in yourself.
Sleep on it. You don't want to sleep on your opportunity, because you know how some people, they're like, oh, I'm in the right place at the right time, but they never know until years later. You do not want to be that person. Do not.
I reflect and I'm like, damn, if I would have.
Right.
I don't want to be in that, that place, but I definitely can see where I could have made a different decision, and I tripped myself up.
Okay, so your entrepreneurship homework for tonight.
Oh, go ahead, tell me.
Your entrepreneurship homework for tonight. I want you to go live. Pick a time. Tell everybody you gonna go live, and then when you go live, we gonna talk about it with Treva.
Okay, because I think that is so real, boss lady. I think that is so real, boss lady, because you have to do it. You just gotta jump, and that's why I got to shout out to my friend Tiffany, because I remember I was going on about stunner radio, and I'm like, oh, I don't know how to start. I don't know. She was like, just start. I was like, well, we don't have a studio. We don't. She said, just start. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Ain't nobody at their studio. No way. Everybody doing virtual. Even people who got a studio started. And I was like, and look, I did. You ain't going to a studio. So it's one of those things where you just not even a year later. Not even a year. New shows coming on. Look, Stunner Radio Twin Cities about to happen. Shout out to the Twin Cities of Michigan. Y'all don't even much know, but I'm just letting y'all know Stunner Radio Twin Cities is coming. Look at this beautiful. They're calling about this outfit. Yes. Beautiful outfit at House of Couture Houston. Come on in, you guys. You guys, y'all know this is it, you guys. Yes, both of these outfits come in plus size, ladies. Available in a 2X or 3X. And it runs big, you guys.
Okay, so I'll stay on the phone then.
Okay. So that's what's up, you guys. As you can see. Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Our arms sometimes be too big for certain.
Absolutely. That's all right. We love it. Yes. Yes.
So like all day we've been talking about we big girls and this and that and plus size women. So listen to me about big girls. I dress big girls all day. It don't matter about the size that you in. I will fit you from size small up through 3X because big women coming out. Look at us. Ain't nobody. Look at the 4 people sitting. The stand 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it take me a minute sometime. Look at these women. Okay, Carla's standing there. She's skinny, but everybody else, we're big people. We're generously cut people with bones, big bones. in flesh. We eat some ham hocks. I got you, Ma. Okay, so here we go.
Oh my!
This is
Oh
called the
my!
Coming to America. You know, the Hakeem dress.
Yes.
This fits everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Can we do a stunner fashion show with her?
Oh, we should.
Where we do a House of Couture Houston and stunner fashion show with the yes. Seriously, I didn't. Okay. Let's do it. I would definitely love to do. I just told her that to do a fashion show, do it here, do it outside. I would love to see us do that because I really didn't. Because you know, when you have someone who says plus size, but they're not, yeah, outside. Yeah, yeah, and you can set it up so that folks. We can set it up so that it's. That's gorgeous. We can set it up so that it's like New York runway where you have the chairs on that side and they're coming out of here and then maybe they walk. That's gorgeous. Lisa's in love. Look at Lisa's face. Tears. Do you see the emotions? This is giving me Dream Girls. That era. That is so sexy. Me too and 3. Please. And how many do you have? Oh my God. Can you reorder? Okay, awesome. That's yours, Lisa. That will work. I like yellows. Yes. Awesome. So, House of Couture Houston, plus size ladies, you have a beautiful boutique here that gives you one of a kind fashions, that gives you looks that you are not going to see when you go into the mall, into the gas station. When you stop in at Valero, you're not going to see these dresses. Miss Betty is able to basically style you. You can come here. She can put a look together for you so that you're walking out feeling as beautiful as she recognizes that she has the material to make you. So it's awesome here. She has accessories that are available, shoes that are available. So I'm definitely excited. So if you want to see a House of Couture Stunner Radio plus size fashion show, go ahead and put your comments in so that we can go ahead and get this booked in while it's spring before it starts getting hot. So y'all can be outside with a nice afternoon breeze. Some of these things are just beautiful and it would be wonderful. I want to see Lisa in a hat. I just need to see some of these things on some of y'all's curvy bodies. So if this is something that you think we should make happen, drop that in the comments. Let Miss Betty know, let Lisa know, let Stunner Radio know so that we can make this happen for you.
Both of your nieces are down tomorrow.
Let's go.
Let's go. Get the nieces ready. The aunties is here. And she got 2 aunties. She got more aunties now.
What'd you say?
What did you just do?
She just did
Exactly. Now that's me. That's me. Yes, that's me. You know that's me. Oh, that is absolutely me. That is the boss lady all the way. Yes, those. Oh, I mean, oh my gosh.
Y'all need to come to Missouri City. Okay. I'll definitely swing through.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Those pants are life, y'all. Take Boss Lady credit card. Oh, wow. And look at that black shirt, that little short shirt. Thank Boss Lady wouldn't wear that. You know I would. I sure would. All my rolls hang right on out. I like that too. I like that too. Yes, man. I like this ruffle black too.
I'll go out because right now all I got is teacher clothes. And don't nobody want to see me in my teacher dress with a cocktail. No. So if I got clothes,
put this see-through dress on Latriva, y'all. I want her in the see-through dress. This one right there. Yes. Put the see-through dress on Latriva. What's going on with this white dress with the ruffles? Because I keep looking at it.
like this. This one is black. Yes.
Yeah, no, the other one, the white. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
I want that Versace.
First lady.
This one we got for you though.
I need that.
We got this in a 22.
I want that one and that black. That's
We
what
got
I
this in a
want.
22. The
Okay.
black, I think the last one is a
Oh,
2X.
Latriva, you would look good in that, girl.
I want that gold. OMG.
This is an XL.
I know my waist.
Mimi, because this is her mama on the phone, and her mama is really upset.
Because
Y'all done put us
check
on
on
air,
Yes.
and y'all didn't give
I
her
will
no
call
way to
her.
order.
She didn't understand. So her mama is really upset.
But this one is
Okay.
very giving.
Okay, I definitely like that.
It's
Yeah,
I
I'm
had this
back.
on yesterday, and I still had like 2 inches.
Okay.
And it was that size 18, so the 22 might still give you room to go
She
to
just saw the
24.
white. Hold on, Alice. Mama just saw the white dress. I guess it's a delay.
Okay, yeah, in terms of what she can see and
What
okay.
size is mama?
Mom, what size are you?
That is cute. I like that cut.
I like it too.
The ruffles.
And I
That's
like how
beautiful.
it's
That
sheer
is
right there.
beautiful.
I'm loving it. I'm loving all of it.
You need that, mama. You need that.
Need it.
Okay, she's got a.
So House of Couture Houston is my new home.
Man, look. And it's right down the street from me.
Down,
Bro.
girl. I would drive the hour because
You know,
she's
I
an
know.
hour from me.
You don't have to drive to see us. We will do virtual visits with you.
Okay.
So you can just book an appointment on our website.
Okay.
And do a virtual appointment. You don't have to waste gas money to see us.
Okay.
Bro.
have
Please let people know about that.
Yes.
Listen, virtual visits. You can book on their website and they will do this for you. Virtual visits. Go to House of Couture. Is it houseofcouture.com? Please. Or go to Facebook and book a virtual visit. You do not have to come over here and look at all these beautiful things. They will do a virtual visit with you. That is amazing.
Heck, yeah, you don't get that. You do not, especially in a plus size fashion. Someone is able to basically personally style you virtually, like you, and that is just to help you to make sure that you can get something that you enjoy. So I am love. Now this is the dress I want. I am claiming that we're gonna be walking down somebody's runway. Yes, and I am wearing. This is me. This is gonna be me. Stunner is gonna be somewhere presenting something. Yes, that I love. She said that's a 2. Oh, that's a 1.
But a girl, again,
Yeah,
who is a medium, I mean, not a medium, she's a
2X got
has a
into,
medium.
and that was okay.
Yeah, so you don't know sometimes. So it's
Exactly how to fit. Yeah.
I can stretch some things out with my hips.
Got you. So it's like if I can put it on, yes.
I can't make it past these
Yes. Watermelons. I love that dress. I love them sleeves. I love that hip action. Yes. Because it was under that green hat. That's what made it stand out to me. Yeah, y'all. So I'm sorry. We've done a whole fashion. That beautiful green. That is gorgeous. So House of Couture Houston, 4444 Cypress Creek Parkway, Houston, Texas. Please do not miss your opportunity to catch some of these because there may be 2, 3 of each style that's here. So while you have some options, they're very limited and she's going to refill them. So if you see something you are in love with right now, you might want to shoot down here. She has denim. There's black, sexy, what do you call that? After 5, there's a leather job over there. Come through House of Couture Houston, Miss Betty, 4444 Cypress Creek Parkway.
Yes, indeed. I just want to say that thank you all. Which say? I know, right? I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. The time has flown by so fast. Look at these polka dots, ladies. You need this in your life. This is classy. This is elegant. This is date night. This is also church. This is all of that. This is school program. Yes, it is. This is beautiful. You need this in your life. That's okay. I love it. Yes, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging with us during this 2-hour show. We normally take a break, but we didn't take a break this time in between. So thank you guys so much for hanging with us for our Stunner in the City at the House of Couture Houston. We are going to call it a day right now, leaving you with some words from our sponsors. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, next week, we're going to be celebrating the birthday of our girl, Miss Mimi. It's going to be Miss Mimi's birthday next week. We are celebrating Miss Mimi next week. So please tune in. And then after that, you know, it's the beginning of April. So you already know what it is. It's Lisa Dene Day every day. I need you to understand. It's a serious situation. So yeah, we're going to be getting it in our new studio. So stay tuned, like us on Facebook, go to our YouTube, and please subscribe. We need more subscribers on YouTube at Stunner Radio. I love you so much for tuning in and for supporting us, and we will see you next time.
But how can I forget the way you hurt me, baby? The way you every time we